Phenomenal, Deanna. Just some more of that. Like, give me like 15
Om
more minutes of that.
Namah Shiva. Om Namah Shiva.
That's phenomenal, Deanna. All right, my God. We are not without our struggles, Deanna, but we are now live, if you can believe it. Welcome to the freaking party, Deanna.
It's the freaking weekend.
It's the freaking weekend on a Monday, Deanna. Have you ever felt so alive?
Never in my life.
When was the last time you truly felt alive, Deanna? Tell me.
At the Derby.
At the Pinewood Derby that we went to yesterday, which
Screaming,
was,
yeah,
I mean,
screaming
wasn't
collusion.
it? And screaming out Demogorgon just at every child that was running by. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That was a lot of fun. The Pinewood Derby has come a long way since I was myself a scout. I have to say, I was very impressed by
No
the whole
way.
thing. It was not nearly that technically savvy the last time that I was doing it. There were no computers involved. There was no slow motion replay camera. There was no little profile picture for everybody. It was much more, much more contained.
That was
But my God,
so cute. I loved all the pictures.
yeah, me too. I loved all the little photos. And wait, yeah, just for some context, because Deanna and I don't typically go to Cub Scout Pinewood Derbies by ourselves. We were actually there with her daughter who had a car that was competing in one of the races. It's this Cub Scout tradition that you build a car and then you enter it into the race. You put it on the track, it goes down, fed by gravity, is racing down the track. And then winners are assigned. And then there was some drama yesterday with your daughter's car. She was nearly DQ'd from the competition.
It was really stressful. And then they're talking to me from the side area, and they're like, where is Ellery? Like, who is in charge of this? I was like, me. And then I started walking toward them, and they're like, now there's somebody coming to you to do, and it just got really stressful. And so then I went, help me.
You
And
gave
it
him
was
that
just,
face.
yeah. And then all the men started breaking out tools and doing stuff, and thank you.
I know. I was having to take her outside and comfort her, and she's like, "I want to leave now. I'm not able to race on the track, and everybody's gonna think I'm a goober." Direct quote from your daughter. It was a serious concern that everybody in the room was going to think she was a goober. And I had to explain to her that there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a goober. In fact, you should really be embracing your inner gooberhood and your gooberdom. And in
That
fact, I told her you and my mother or myself and your mother, like that's our whole bread and butter is being a goober.
Yeah, that's how we survive.
It's literally how we make our way through the world together. But then she like it was so funny because she like had they had like little profile pictures up for everybody, and it was just a whole array of normal photos of normal like 7 and 8 year olds who were running in the race. And then Deanna's daughter, her photo pops up, and it's her in like a giant purple cowboy hat with huge glasses across her face, and it's like, yeah, no kidding, they of course they're going to think you're a goober. Look at how you're presenting yourself to the world. That's Pete Goober.
You look so cool.
She looks so cool, but also that's definitely a goober. That's the definition of a goober.
I love goobers. That's why we get along.
Me too. Me too. Oh man, shaking out this absolute stress of getting on the air today when we had a whole bunch of technical issues. But man, we're feeling good, Deanna. It is good to see you. Look at
Did you
Deanna.
miss
Look at
me?
it. Doesn't she look so lovely? Doesn't she look bright
You miss
and
me?
effervescent?
Like I
But
was
now that we're
telling my
through,
band growing.
oh my God. That does look a lot like me, Deanna. That's an excellent likeness. Thank you. Hold it up one more time for the camera. I really feel like you captured a lot of my essence there.
All right.
Yeah, completely. Completely. But Deanna, let's get down to brass tacks because I am pissed with you.
Why?
I'm furious with you, actually.
What did I do?
If you had to guess why I was angry with you, what would your guess be?
Is this is it butts?
Well, it very much has to do with butts. Would that be your first guess?
I mean, I felt really scared and it just went to butts.
As you're wont to do, Deanna. Yeah, this does have to do with butts. So let's recap a second. I don't even remember at what point this happened. It was somewhere early on, probably in January. You and I were on this live stream having a conversation about our butts and comparing the two of our butts together. And at some point, the gauntlet was thrown, the gambit was put out there that we should have a competition about who can grow the largest butt in 2026. Do you remember this, Deanna?
I don't know how we came to that happening at all, but
I,
yeah.
I I also have no memory of how we actually ended up in some kind of a contest for this, but yes, indeed, it was decided. And though we haven't been on this stream in a little bit of time, we haven't discussed it here on the airwaves. I promise you, this is almost the only thing that anybody is talking about in our social circle is how we are going to have a butt measuring contest, and several people would like to be involved. This has now grown way beyond you and I, Deanna.
I always knew my butt had that trajectory in life.
That it had the potential to really do great things.
Yeah.
There's now there are like multiple people that want to be involved. There's a whole planning process for how we're going to go about judging this, doing a weigh-in. It is going to be theatrical. It's going to be over the top. But let me tell you something: it is never going to happen, Deanna, if you don't allow us to set a date for when we are going to do the butt measuring.
I've been trying.
Have you?
Every day, I'm like, "Dan, let's measure, let's go," and you keep putting it off, and you keep putting it on other people and being like, "No, we have to have, so and so," who are all on your side now. They're impartial witnesses to our butts, and I find that distasteful, and
First
I'm
of
not
all,
gonna
those
stand for it.
those people have seen the light of day and they now understand because I put several arguments forward, which I'm about to put through again.
See,
But I will
exactly,
say
like, I'm
this
not
is
arguing.
no. Your whole stance is like, oh, we're together on a Wednesday, like let's just measure our butts and be done with it. And what I'm saying to you is that we need a little bit more panache than that. That this is really there's now weight to this. That people are very excited in the real world, in the real intangible world, to see our butts be measured. We can't just throw that together willy-nilly. Like there has to be some level of planning to it. There has to be some production that goes into it. What are the 7 P's, Deanna? Do you know what the 7 P's are?
Pretty panacheful party parts
You're about
pleasantly playing.
you're 1 P short, Deanna. You're on a roll. No, Deanna. The 7 P's are proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. We need to
Oh,
have
I
a
was gonna
game
say that.
plan. We need to have a game plan. And I'm telling you right now, my suggestion, what I want to see is that I would like for the you and I to get on stage at the next lobby show on March 15th and measure our butts in front of a live studio audience.
Let's see what your mom has to say about that.
Okay, no, my mom doesn't factor in here quite yet. Hold on, we're gonna get her on the phone. We're gonna get some thoughts. But I need you to commit. We should be getting on stage. We
Let's
have
see
a
what
show
your
coming up
no.
for those of you in the audience who aren't aware. Deanna and I are two producers on a stand-up comedy show that happens here in Atlanta. It's called The Lobby. So the idea is that we sell these little concessions like this hot dog here, and each one has a dollar amount attached to it. So when you hear something that you like out of a comedian on stage, you take that item and you throw it or lob it onto the stage, and that counts as a tip for the comedian. So we have a built-in audience. We've got, and it has been, let me tell you, selling out to packed rooms in Lore on Edgewood. Our next show is Sunday, March 15th. It's a very special edition Sunday show. As the saying goes, never miss a Sunday show. You know that old saying, Deanna. You know that old
Is that
yarn.
the same?
It is a saying, yes. It's like, but in like live concerts, like the
You
idea
didn't
is
know
that like
what you didn't know what I know it when I see it.
What?
I know it when I see it. You didn't know where that came from. I was very surprised, actually.
Oh, the porn thing.
Yeah.
Are we? Are you? We're on the porn topic now.
No, I was trying not to say that word. Like,
We're on YouTube, baby. This is an American company. We can say whatever the hell we want. And God bless America, Deanna. I'm just going to go ahead and say it at the very head of the show. Should I go get the American flag?
you have one?
You look terrified. The look of fear in your eyes. Yes, of course I have one. I've got one
Oh,
sitting right
come
around
on,
the
let me see
corner.
it. Okay, let's see it. I'm gonna look at that butt while you walk away.
This is the beginnings of my butt. Huh? Huh? Look at that, Deanna.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
glory. Oh, glory. Yes.
Hmm.
This was I woke up one Saturday and I looked out my front window, and in my bushes in front of my house, like at the end of my driveway or at the end of the walkway, was this American flag was speared and sticking out of the ground. Somebody in the middle of the night had come through and had like taken the American flag and just planted it right in my front yard. And my first
I
thought
did not
immediately
know
was,
that.
yes, yes. Like it was so weird. Like I looked at it and I was like, "What the hell is this? Like, is that a threat?" That was my very first thought. Like, is
That
somebody
is
coming
very
after me?
threatening.
It was very threatening to have the American flag just like sticking out. And I'm like, "What does it mean? Don't they know that I love America? Don't
You do.
they
You're a
understand
big
that I do?"
American
Oh, I do. I do. Your daughter even told me yesterday she hates America. And it was
fan.
like a she did. I don't know where that came from. I have no idea. I said, "We love America here." And she said, "Not me. I hate America."
She was in a mood.
Yeah, she sure was. She was in a snit. But anyway, I took this American flag and I'm like, you know what? Nobody's going to take my flag and use it as some kind of a threat against me. And so I brought it into the house and I got a whole bee in my bonnet that I was going to put a flag holder on the front of the house here, and completely ended up destroying the column in front of the house by trying to drill into it very unsuccessfully. So now it just sits inside of the apartment here. But yeah, I've got an American flag. You bet your butt.
You couldn't drill a hole.
I didn't have the right kind of bit. It
Hmm.
was like solid concrete or something behind the stucco, so it wasn't quite working.
I'm calling the scouts.
Oh, don't call the scouts on me, please.
I'm letting them know immediately. They're gonna be
I
so
they
disappointed.
know my
They're gonna
love
be
of
so
America
sad.
and my patriotism.
You can fold it, but you can't hang it.
They know full well what's going on here. I can fold it in. I can hang it. Are we
Apparently,
talking
you
about the
can
butts of the flag now?
flag.
Okay. Well, I can't remember how I ended up waving the flag on camera here, Deanna, but I'm quite happy with it. But let's get down to the matter at hand because I want to schedule this butt weighing in contest. I brought in our third business partner, Sam Cho, who is the MC of the
Sam
show,
is
and our
coming on.
oh no, I'm
Oh,
just into the butt discussion.
I
No,
was like,
you
this
got
is
so
a crew.
excited. The one time that we brought him on, he was like talking to us and he was seemingly having a good time. We were just trying to work through some technical issues and we were like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "I'm pooping." He was on the toilet. I think it was the very first time that we did this at all, and it was like, yes, we did bring Sam on, and he was pooping. So I kind of want that as an ongoing running feature of this show. Is just like, when is
Is
Sam
Sam
on the
pooping?
toilet? Yeah, I don't know. We should check in with him. Sam, are you pooping? Can we have you jump on the live?
If not, I don't want to talk to you.
What is your hesitation in doing it at the lobby?
I feel like it does require a lot more explanation than I feel like I would want to give time to during a comedy show.
It
Like
would
if
be
we're just
pure
suddenly
comedy.
measuring butts, it's like what is happening here?
I think we can give a very succinct and clear explanation at the end of the show. We can step up after all the comedians are done and we can say, "Hey guys, Deanna and I have this ongoing thing. We have a bet about who can grow a bigger butt across 2026. And now we're going to do our official weigh in. We're going to take 5 minutes at the end of the show here. We've got our three very stacked friends that are going to come in and be a part of the weighing in panel. We've got Brittany Judson, we've got Daniel Uribe, and our very own Sam Cho, three of the best asses that we have in our friend group. And they're all on board, all super enthusiastic about this. You are the stoppage here. You are the block on this entire thing happening, on true art being made, Deanna.
I mean, maybe if it's at the end. I
Yeah,
was
it's going to be at
thinking
the
it's
end.
well, I was thinking more of like this is going to be like our halftime.
Oh, I would be fine with that too.
No.
You
If
don't want
it's
to
at
do
the
it at the
end,
midway
this is
point.
the grand finale.
But why can't we just measure some butts? Like
That's what I'm
okay.
saying, we can measure the butts, but at the
So you're
end.
now you're now on board with doing it on stage. Can I get your confirmation that we will be measuring our butts at the lobby show on March 15th?
Who is measuring?
Some combination. What does that matter?
We can take somebody from the because all the collusion you have. We're gonna take somebody
What
like a random person
collusion? Who have I been colluding with about our butts?
all over the place. You have all the collusion. We're gonna take a random audience person and they come and measure the butt. That way we know they're impartial.
All right, I'm not against that idea at all. I think that's actually pretty funny and pretty
Thank
good.
you.
Second of all, I haven't been colluding with anybody. I've just made a valid point to everybody, and I have been present
Brittany,
in order to make the argument that like you don't stand a chance here. And we're gonna bring on a special guest in just a second in order to discuss this because I think that like I think I have a good argument as to why I am going to win this competition. And what is your argument as to why you're going to win? What makes you think that you're going to be victorious in this butt contest?
honestly, because I've done no butt work, it's the same kind of thing like people say the back of my head is none of my business. Like when your hair is like crazy, the back of me entirely is none of my business. Like I truly that doesn't exist. So I put absolutely no effort. I'm working from absolutely zero. And I think that gives me a leg up. If we're going percentage wise, that's also part of the aspect is like we have to go based on like percentage change because I'm working from absolutely zero and because I have the chutzpah and the spirit.
You're banking entirely on chutzpah and spirit in this thing. See. This is why you're going down, Deanna. This is why you don't have a freaking
Just
chance.
wait. Only
This is
time will tell.
this is why you don't have a chance. I promise you.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. I couldn't agree more. I do think that we need to set out some ground rules as far as how we're going to measure the exact point on our body that we're going to measure from,
Mhm.
which it really to me should be like the zenith of wherever our current butt stands. Like whatever the like around the section here out to the butt at
You
this so
don't go
this right here.
upwards when you're measuring.
No, like this line here.
You keep going up.
No, look, I'm going along the rim of my
Okay, that one that's better.
there.
Mhm.
So measuring right
At
there
the widest part of our butts is
at
where
the
we
widest part of the
measure.
butt, the biggest measurement that you can get currently, and then it
Yes.
will be proportional change based on that starting line, right? So it'll be whatever percentage that you grow over the course. So if I start with a 12-inch butt and I end with an 18-inch butt, and you start with a 6-inch butt, which is I think where you currently stand, it's about a 6-inch butt, if I had to guess. Just based solely on eyeballing. I think you're starting right at about a 6-inch butt. So if you have a 6-inch butt and
That's generous.
then you grow to 10 inches, you technically still have a smaller butt. Your proportional growth over
Exactly.
that time was
Exactly. That's what
larger.
I'm gonna take you down. You're down.
There's not a
Oh, I'm so
chance.
excited. I'm
There's
so
not a here.
excited.
Let's bring on the guest. Let's bring on the guest. Give me 2 seconds because this is definitely going to take
Wait, hold on,
some
let me get some water.
go. Oh man, so excited about this guest, guys. I can't tell you. I'm absolutely thrilled to be bringing this guest on right now. Here, let me go ahead and vape before the guest gets on because the guest would not be very happy at all if I was vaping.
I know, that's why I'm like, let me no,
You're
everybody.
free to vape in front of the guest.
No, I'm not gonna vape in front of your mom.
The stakes are not nearly as high for you.
I'm not gonna offend your sweet mama. But now I can't find my. Oh, there it is.
Well, Deanna's getting some water. Let's get our guest on the air. I may need to call in IT.
It's not working.
No, it'll probably work. I think our guest is just going to have some technical issues.
Oh,
Jeff is going to have to help.
is Jeff there?
Yeah, always.
We need Jeff on the horn too.
Yeah, let me tell you about butts. Let me tell you about butts. Jeff is actually the reason why I have a lot of faith in this is because Jeff's butt is out of control. Jeff's butt is the one that is gonna see us through here. Oh, here comes the guest.
Hi.
Hello, Mom. Hold on one second. Let me get you on camera here.
My screen, are you?
Oh, there she is. It's the one that started it all. It's my mom, Phyllis.
Hello, you two. How are you?
Doing
Hi,
very well. Doing very
Phyllis.
well. Can you see us? Can you hear us? Is everything working on your end?
I can, yes, and I'm technologically challenged, as you know. So,
Yes, yes. That's why I had to call in IT in the form of Jeff. I had to make sure that he was going to be able to get you online, but you're coming through clear as a bell, Mom. This is perfect.
fantastic.
Yes,
Now,
indeed. You
what can
remember
I do
Deanna?
for you?
What yeah, so prime that seems to be the optimal question of the day because Deanna's dad had the same question. We tried to get him on the air. It's like, why are you reaching out to me? Why are you talking to me right now? What is going on? All right,
Exactly.
Mom, let me give you a little bit of background.
Wait, no, no,
Okay.
no. I went to say hello, Phyllis. Thank you for giving us your
I did.
time. And I would also like to say, normally Dan and I are just like talking smack on each other, but your son is one of my favorite people in the entire world, and I'm so grateful that you made this little critter.
That I made him? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I am too.
All right, now let
Anyway,
me tell you about how I'm going to destroy Deanna, Mom.
okay. I,
All right.
I'm
So the
interested.
thing is,
You do know she's a woman. You should not be destroying her.
most women, I would agree with you. I would agree with you, but Deanna has done me dirty so many times that I can't help but try to physically best her. I mean, Deanna, how many times have I like actually like have we gotten into a physical altercation before?
Many.
Oh
Many,
my gosh! Don't tell your
many,
mother that. I raised you better.
many, mom. I destroyed her one time in a bounce house at a friend's birthday.
You tell her what you did.
You
I had
did.
to play a little dirty. I had to play a little dirty. We were in a bounce house at a friend's birthday, and Deanna got me in like a leg lock. She's got incredibly strong legs, and she like wrapped her legs, I think, around my neck, and was like had me down for the count. And this was when I was fresh off of my injury, my collarbone injury, and so
Not
I
that.
Diana, how
I
could
screamed
you?
out. I screamed out. I was like, "Oh, my collarbone!" I had to fake her out a little bit. She's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I immediately got up and I just slammed her into the ground.
That was dirty, Dan.
I had to do it.
I
It's
called him
like
Dirty Dan.
it's
Good
like
one. Good one. I
do you
agree.
remember at like medieval times, Mom? Do you remember going to medieval times?
Several times, yes.
Yes, yes. Remember how the Green Knight used to take sand and throw it in the face of their opponent?
Yes.
And then everybody would boo the Green Knight. Yeah, I had to take on the Green Knight
Yeah. Did
mentality
she
and
boo you or did she just knock
she
you on your
was
butt?
no, she was too busy getting absolutely thrashed in the bounce house. We were due to do something the next day, and she was like, "Oh, you'll have to forgive me. I'm quite sore today. Somebody literally body slammed me last night."
She
Yeah.
got back at least.
Yeah,
Verbal.
yeah. Oh, yes, yes. Quite a few
I
times.
hope you
Let
felt
me
guilty.
no, not in the least bit. Not in the
Okay.
least bit. No. Any opportunity that I get. I've never even told you about the time that she kicked me in the testicles. We'll save that for another shoot. Yes.
Good for
Yes.
you, Deanna.
Thank you. I love you.
I'm sure he deserved it.
Yeah, I absolutely
Exactly.
did not. I absolutely did not. That is completely inaccurate. Do I have to tell the whole story?
No,
No.
no, never mind.
I like how the two of you said no in unison. It was perfect. All right, let's get down to business. This is the wager that we have, Mom. At some point, Deanna and I started discussing our butts. I don't remember why. I don't remember what the context was, but we agreed to get into this competition about who could grow the bigger butt over the course of the year across 2026. You're already shaking your head about this.
You're going to lose this bet
What makes you say that?
because you do not have my butt. You have your father's butt, and your father had no butt. He had this big droopy back to his pants every time he wore it. So he never was able to fill it out even when he gained weight. So there is no way you're going to win this battle unless you have some kind of cellulite pumped into your buttocks.
Get a BBL or something? No,
Yeah.
but your genes are inside
That's
of
what
me. I
Dan
have
is banking on. He has
That's what
been
I
telling me
have.
all
Yes.
about your butt, and he is
No,
working.
he's way off base here. Jeff has my butt. Rob has my butt. Michelle has dad's, and so do you. You are not going to be able to gain weight in there. You may gain it everywhere else, but not in your ass.
Well, first of all, I really appreciate that you have like a pretty well laid out mental index of all of your children's butts and who they belong to. I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that. But no, I believe, see, this is my thing. I'm using you as the basis for my argument here, Mom, is because I asked Deanna and I say, genetically, does your mom have a big butt? Deanna, does your mom have a butt?
No,
Okay. Does Baba have a butt?
no.
Uh,
Okay.
well, then maybe, Dan, you might have
Uh-huh.
the biggest butt there is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, Mom. I'm
It,
banking on that. Is that
that
I come.
it's one of the biggest parts of me. So you may have, uh, of winning this contest, but I don't have a whole lot of hope.
I have a genetic it's buried in my genes. I'm from a long line of
She's saying you
asses.
have the wrong. No, you have the other butt. You have the
Yeah,
floppy
yeah,
other side butt.
which is no butt at all.
I
Hmm.
will admit that right now, what I have currently is just two little chicken cutlets. There's not
Yeah,
much to be said at all.
they're not going anywhere. They're
They're
going.
not going anywhere.
No, that weight you're putting on is going to go to your belly, not your butt.
No,
It
it
does.
always goes to the thighs, actually, on me.
Okay.
I have like child rearing
Well,
legs and
if
thighs.
you have good thighs, you may well be able to grow a butt.
Hmm. Here's
Yeah.
my other
Think
argument for
about it.
this. As I mentioned, Deanna has actually insane leg strength. Like I have seen her lift. It's like an ant. Like she can lift like two or three times her own body weight on her legs. I've seen it happen before. It's crazy. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
So
I'm
clearly
impressed.
she's been doing, it's very impressive. She's clearly been doing a lot of leg presses, a lot of leg workouts and things like that. All things that would lead to her having a butt. And yet on the 4 or 5 years that I've known her, I've never once known her to have any kind of tush at all.
Well, he may have you there, girl.
I agree. However, I have never put that much effort, any effort,
You're
into
growing
my
a
butt. I believe that with my spirit and with my chutzpah, that I will be victorious in this endeavor. And I do believe that Dan has been doing Pilates. He's been doing other things. He's been already on that bet game where I am coming in fresh. And as the underdog here,
Ah.
I'm putting my hat in the ring for the biggest butt.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I can't wait. as you two both gain 100 pounds. Trying Great. I want before and after pictures.
We do need pictures.
Oh, there will be photos, Mom. I promise you. You're going to
Yeah.
be inundated with pictures of our butts.
Yeah,
Here's the next thing I want to throw out there.
wanted to see. Yes.
You are familiar. You're aware we put on a comedy show.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're well aware. It's the lobby. We've had a really good time with it. You always ask. You actually called me up with suggestions about the show in the past.
Yes, I did.
You had a couple of programming ideas as to how we can make it better. So my suggestion being, we have tried to put a date on the calendar for the last 2 months and about when we're going to do the initial measurement of where our butt stands right now so that we have a baseline moving forward on the competition. Deanna has been dragging her feet. Like she is really, she's delay all day long, trying to keep from being able to enter into this competition. I personally think because she knows she's going to lose.
No, maybe she's been trying to take some butt off so that she has a chance of putting it back on. Have you ever?
This has been my approach. That's why I haven't done any Pilates classes in the last month, because I'm like, why am I unnecessarily building up butt when it's just going to do me no good if I'm going to measure it in? I need the smallest butt possible in order to get at the first. Yeah, it's like a boxer at a weigh-in.
Yep.
So the idea here is we have a show for the lobby coming up on March 15th, Sunday, March 15th. The idea being, I would like to measure our butts live on stage in front of a studio audience.
Are you going to wear pants?
TBD. To be determined. Yeah, to be determined.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
I think it's a great idea. Deanna does not want to do it. She does not want to get in front of a live audience and have her butt measured.
I can't say that I blame her.
Thank you.
I would want to do. Maybe you could just measure it in the privacy of your own homes.
I have raised that as an option multiple times.
That had been the initial idea. We need to do it on camera. It's got to happen live. It's got to, so that people can see, and that way that there's no accusations of any like untoward business that's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Dan is trying to raise a little butt army, and he is talking to all these people about our butts and like who's gonna win. There is collusion afoot. That's why I'm like, the only way that I would be okay with doing the measuring live is because we could pick out a random person from the audience and they measure our butt.
That's true. I would be careful, Deanna, picking out a random person out of the audience to measure your butt. That might show so much you don't want.
These are fair points. These are things that we didn't think about previous. See, Mom, this is why we have you on the phone.
Yeah, the practical one.
Yeah, we need you.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing on March 15th, Mom? Are you interested in coming to Atlanta in order to measure our butts on stage?
No.
No. Very quick no.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. That sounds like a lot of work to get there.
It'll be worth every penny, Mom. You'll get you a drink ticket, just like all our comedians do. You can get a free drink at the bar. Yeah.
But you've seen, I am not really good as a drinker.
Once you have that drink, you'll be ready to get on stage and measure our butts.
That's true.
We can have them make you a margarita.
All my ambitions are gone.
And what better time for that, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me ask you something. What is the likelihood of us seeing Jeff's butt on camera right now?
Nil.
He will not do it.
No, he is not going to show you his butt on camera.
Some brother, let me tell you.
I know.
You even complimented him by saying
tale about the butt just recently. Like this is like a famed butt.
Yeah,
directly before you got on.
Yeah, he's got quite the butt. What can I tell you? But
apparently it's your butt.
Yeah, he's got my butt, but he's got an even bigger butt than I have. You
Oh.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, that would be
This is where the
quite.
real competition is.
Yeah, I think he could win that program, that competition, no problem whatsoever.
Well, it would be about proportional growth. So he would really have to put on a lot of butt in order to win because it would have to be
Oh
based on wherever his baseline is.
no, no, he doesn't need to do that.
I like the
Um,
idea that he would shed a ton of butt ahead of time in order to get there. Like he would show up
ah,
just absolutely emaciated.
maybe,
Yeah.
you could talk about it. Listen, I am not going to answer for him. I'm just telling from past experiences with you two, I do not think that he is going to do this for you.
I don't know. He showed me his weird toe.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, then, Anna, if he went that far, that's a pretty personal thing with Jeff.
He wouldn't show us his gun though. We had all sorts of questions about his gun, and he was he was very,
Very
very shady
dodgy.
about it. Very dodgy about his gun. He wouldn't give us like any details on it.
What kind of gun?
He's got like an old revolver that it's the same brand that was owned by Doc Holliday, who fought at the OK Corral. I can tell
Uh,
that you're just now learning about this gun now.
now learning about this. Yes. Uh,
It's
this is
in an
new.
undisclosed museum somewhere.
It's where?
I don't know. I was yelling, "Where is the gun?"
It's somewhere in a museum in Florida. He wouldn't tell us which one though. We
Oh,
wanted to go see it.
oh, okay. Um, wow. Don't
I
know anything
know.
about that.
He made
Yeah.
us play like when I was home in December, he made me play like 20 questions like to try and get some idea of like where the gun was. I was like, is it in a storage facility somewhere? Do you have it in your room? He's like, it's not in my room. All right. Well, is it in South Florida? Yes, it's in South Florida. Is it in a gun collector's case? He's like, no. Like it was very he wouldn't just say outright like where his gun is, but apparently it's in some museum in somewhere in Florida.
Don't know anything about it, but I will after I get off the phone.
Yeah, I feel like we just created a world of hurt for him by saying that he owns a gun.
Good.
I don't care. Except
He
as long
does
as
not have it in the home.
huh?
He does not have it in the home.
No, as long as he doesn't have it at home, I don't care. It's fine.
No, no. He does
Yeah.
not have it in the home.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
I feel about
I know.
not a fan.
This is also Deanna's thing. She's also not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan.
Not
And they
again. It's used more against the homeowners than it, or the owner of the gun than it ever is for like actual protection.
exactly, I'm just not a fan. It's one of those things that I never wanted. In fact, their father used to have a BB gun and a 22, and when he went to work, I threw it in the dumpster. I'm sure he was,
I do remember the BB gun. I do, and he mentioned he had he had a shotgun at one point that you threw away as well, and he was quite upset about that.
yeah. Well, BB gun when he was about 10 years old and traded him the BB gun to stop sucking his thumb. Does that tell you?
Dan?
No, no, no. This was his father. And so he told me that it was a really bad deal because he never got to shoot the BB gun because he wasn't allowed to shoot it unless his father went with him. So it was a bad deal.
Ah,
Didn't
Yeah.
he also at one point shoot himself through the hand with a spear gun?
Yes, he did. And ended
Yeah.
up in the emergency room trying to get it pulled out, Yeah.
With it was like a spear gun that they used for grouper fishing, and he shot himself through the hand. And he said he was like driving to the emergency room, and the spear was so long that it was like hanging out the window of the
oh my
car.
But it was
How old was he?
so the last thing I wanted him to have was a gun, It just
Yeah. You've already proven yourself to not be responsible with
Or the-
shooting weapons.
yes,
I
exactly.
think
So
also considering that every time that he ever did fireworks for the 4th of July, they always ended up tipped over and firing in our direction, like every single time.
absolutely terrifying as they went children that I, was trying to keep safe in this whole thing. And here's the fireworks flying. Yeah, no, that was a terrible situation as well.
I have vivid memories of that, of you grabbing Jeff and I.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Were you guys just like ready?
We
Like
tried.
he's about to like go light this and you guys are already like running in the opposite
I
direction?
remember we were standing in the doorway of our house and he was out in the street and it was a box of fireworks and it fell over and then it turned and it basically was like shooting at us like a turret. Like it was like boom, 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 boom. And it was like lighting up the front of the house. Like I was probably like 4 when this happened. And
Oh
I
my
have a
god.
vivid memory of that.
Yep, I remember. I have
Oh.
a too. Yeah, I get it. I understand. He was not
Uh,
good at things. He tried hard. He, he
He
always
had a lot of heart.
yeah.
did. He did. He wanted to make it, a good experience for them. Unfortunately, it was terrifying instead. Yeah.
I'm sure Deanna would
How
say
was
the
his
same about me.
hand? Was he okay after the
Oh yeah.
spearing?
We did a lot of jumping around and, you know, dodging things coming at us, but he was fine. He was just standing there with his mouth gaping open.
He might actually be incredibly lucky. Like that is
Yeah, he was. So, and from that point on, they got a little older and I would go inside when the fireworks were being shot because I anymore, you know.
That one time that Jeff and I set them off in Albuquerque, I really thought one of us was going to lose an arm.
And never mind,
Why?
we're under a drought and you
Yeah,
guys,
yeah. But that
and
was the best part about living in Albuquerque is like there was such a fire risk there, and all throughout the city there were nothing but warnings of like do not set fireworks off; they are strictly illegal. But
yeah,
then you would drive like 10 minutes outside of the city limits to any of the Indian reservations, and you could buy anything that you wanted to out there.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was,
And then Jeff, like we had a mortar and we had like all of the fireworks were on the ground around where we were setting them off. And he put one in and lit it. And he's like, oh, I think I put it in upside down. And it popped and the mortar like basically fell out of the tube at foot level and exploded at foot
Oh my
level over
god.
across of all of these fireworks that we had there. Like singed my ankle. It was crazy. After that, I was like, I'm never doing fireworks with Jeff again.
yeah. And he got it honestly, what can I tell you?
No,
It runs in the genes.
Just like butts.
Yeah.
just like butts. Yes, just like butts. So,
So you
mom,
guys picture beforehand and then
yes,
going to measure and then you're going to how long is this going to last?
through the end of 2026.
Oh wow. You're
Yeah,
talking 9 months?
we've got some time to build out these butts. Yeah, I almost immediately I'm going to start on a serious regimen of a new diet, lunges, squats, Pilates. Like I'm going to do everything I possibly can in order to build this up. I'm not going to lose this competition.
Okay.
When you see me around Christmas, my ass is going to be so thick, mom. It's going
So
to be
broad.
crazy. We're going to be eating Thanksgiving dinner off of it.
Oh, sounds delightful.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't wait.
Tell the whole family.
Oh, I will. I will.
Yeah. All right. So your final prognosis is that like you don't think I'm going to win this competition.
No, I think Dan is a shoe in for this one.
That really stings, mom.
I just, I don't. Well, maybe you'll if you've got big
That
thighs, stand a chance. Maybe you really do have my butt, and I just never noticed.
I do have big thigh. I have like a child rearing lower half. Like my thighs are. This is where I get meaty.
No, those are small compared to Jeff's and mine. Yeah, those are small. I just don't. Those are dads. You got
Get
little
out of here with those little chicken legs.
No.
chicken legs. No.
So are you going to put some money on this, mom? Are you going to wager?
Oh, I hate to wager against you, Dan.
No, don't you though? Don't you though? I
Yeah,
bet you do.
I hate to bet against you. I think you have a lot of determination there. You might be okay.
Yeah, I
May-
think I also have chutzpah, Deanna. Yeah, she seems to be using that as her main argument is she's got spirit and chutzpah.
Yeah, I could see that helping.
I have many aspects to my argument, but I do believe by 2026 I will have a yacht and everybody will be astounded with my progress.
I'm sure.
Only time will tell.
This girl.
Only time will tell. Um, okay. Well, I again, that really hurts.
Dan, I'll go with you if you really want me to. I'll bet on you.
All I'm saying is, I had really, up until this point, been operating under the assumption that I was your favorite child, and now I'm starting to question that.
Don't question.
Who is your favorite child now that you're on camera? Let's get it on the record.
I told you before, I don't have a favorite child.
I've told you before that's bullshit, Mom. I
How
know that
many
you
times
do.
has he asked you this? Is
A
this like
lot.
how he ends every convert?
It depends
What?
on who you're talking to as to who's child. You know, Jeff will tell you it's you. You will tell me it's Rob. Michelle will probably tell me it's Rob too. I don't know. Everybody else would probably tell me it's Wendy. I don't have a favorite child.
Nobody says Jeff.
No,
I know.
nobody says.
It's who.
Absolutely out of the question.
I forgot Jeff, didn't I? No. It's whoever's being the nice at that moment. So
Okay.
keep that in.
Well, I love you, Mom.
I love you too, darling.
Yeah. Who else brought you on a live stream?
Nobody that I know of.
Right. Yeah, huh? So that let's have this factor into your thinking from now on when you decide who is your favorite child is.
I'll keep that in mind, Dan.
I'd also like to throw Deanna in the mix as well. I think that she should be in contention to be your favorite child.
Yes, I agree. I think she would come out, just way ahead of the rest of you.
At least beating Jeff for sure.
Jeff's not like my child, like my friend, you know? It's like my best friend. So yeah.
Jeff is your best friend?
Probably. That's sad, huh?
No, I'm jealous. I'm obsessed with Jeff. I love Jeff.
I feel like he tells you to go fuck yourself a fair amount for somebody that you're considering to be your best friend.
That's true. Well, your best friend would be honest with you, you know?
I suppose so.
This was the quietness you wanted in the house?
Yes. How many dogs do you have in there, Mom?
3.
Okay.
Aw.
Deanna, how many dogs do you have in your house right now?
3.
Okay.
3? I thought you
I
got
have
rid
3
of all
right now.
Oh my gosh. It's a lot, isn't it, Deanna?
It is. I had 5 over the weekend, and that was really cuckoo bananas because it was rainy and they're getting wet and muddy and just being little cuckoo bananas, but they're so cute.
Yeah. You can't beat a dog. What can I tell you? Unless you beat a cat, according to Dan.
Yeah, they're the best. There's no beating a cat. They're far superior animals.
Really?
I like them more at this point. They're more my speed at this stage in my life.
Hmm.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, I know. I was always a dog guy. But yeah, love my cat. Anyway, Mom, I think we've kept you longer than I said that you were going to be on here for.
Wonderful. You're going to let me go now.
It wasn't painful, right?
Just slightly.
It was slightly painful. What was the most painful part about it?
Figuring out which was my favorite child.
Oh, that should be, Mom, it's a slam dunk answer there. It's me. So you should
talk to.
You should know by now.
Or who I'm talking to. My favorite child is the one I'm talking to at that moment.
Okay, so
That's
it's
fair.
me. It's Deanna and I together.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Mom, thank you very much for coming on.
Great.
We really appreciate it.
Love you lots. Bye.
Love you too.
Thank you. Love you. You're amazing.
Bye.
Bye.
She almost called you Diana. Mate, Mom, why are you still here?
Because I can't figure out how to hang it up. I told you I was texting.
Yeah.
I got the screen in front of me with all my.
There should be a little red button. Press the red button. I can hang up on this end, but that feels rude. I don't want to hang up on my mom.
No,
That's so funny.
It's just black. I don't know how to hang it up.
Bring Jeff in. I think he should be able to help, and then let's see if we can get a shot of his butt.
No, I'm going to turn off the phone. That should disconnect.
Here, I can just do it on my end. I'll just do it on my end. Bye, Mom. Love you.
Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts.
All right. She's
That's so funny. Oh my
all
god.
right. Well, we've had some findings, haven't we? That was
Oh,
honestly, it was kind of surprising. I did not think that she was going to go in so hard into your camp, or at least I didn't think that she would be so like negative on my ability to grow a butt. But she was immediately like, "It's not going to happen for you."
to be fair, your mom has not seen my backside,
Oh, we should we get her back
so
on the
she
line?
doesn't know what I'm working with. It.
Let's get her back on the line. Let's have her.
No,
Let's show her a picture of your butt.
leave your poor mother alone.
Let's get
I
back
love
online
her.
tonight. I know you're a huge fan. I love her too. I think she's great. My
She's
mom's one of my favorite
hilarious.
people. I think from the moment that we started doing this, I was like, oh, I would love to have her on at some point. I think that
Mhm.
she would be a
That
good.
was almost a year ago because it was around Mother's Day.
Yes, yes. And we had an idea. So she actually like really got into the Juggalo documentary. She was a really big fan of what we had put together and what we had made there. She loved that. She said she was like, if it weren't for the drugs, I would have been a Juggalo. Like I would have fit into that world, which was kind of surprising to me. But I was also like, I was very into it. She had like favorite characters. She loved Bloody. She loved Kirk. So she was like all on board with like the Juggalo thing. And I will tell you something, it's like one of the only things that I've ever shown her where she actually liked it of something that I have made. Like typically she's like, oh, that's nice, and she clearly did not like it at all or didn't understand what it was
That's
going
cute,
on.
honey.
Exactly. Oh, good job, babe. Good job. A lot of that. But she really enjoyed the Juggalo documentary, so we were trying to have her on for a Mother's Day
Yeah.
show, and then well, just drop the ball on that one, unfortunately.
We're here now.
I know. Look at
Measuring
us now.
butts.
Measuring, but talking about butts
I
with
need
my
to see
mom.
Jeff's butt now, though.
Should we try and get him on?
Yeah, call him. This is how I
Should
get
we just yeah, this is
talked
how
to again for multiple months.
he would be so pissed if we just put him on, but should we just put him on?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We're gonna take a second, and I'm gonna try and talk to him off camera to see whether or not we can get him to agree to this.
Okay. Does that mean
No,
we're
the answer was
online?
just a straight up no. Coming back, I was like, click this link, and he's like, no.
Jeff.
Should I preface by saying we need to see your butt?
Yeah.
I tried for like probably a solid year for him to get. He said he's in the middle of something. I'm about to be in the middle of that ass. You heard me.
I wish I didn't.
Wow, what a disappointment.
What is he in the middle of?
I don't know. He's full of shit. Absolutely full of poop. Um, wow, that was a really good time. We have to have her back on.
I know, I love your mom so much.
I know. I'm very disappointed that we couldn't have Baba on today. I thought that that would have been a really good time. I want his buy-in. I in no way believe that he thinks that you're going to be able to grow this spot. There's no way he'll side with you on
No,
this.
he's gonna talk the most shit ever on
Right?
me.
Right. Yeah, he loves to dunk on you. Like he
He does.
adores
That's
dunking
his
on you.
favorite pastime.
It
And
really is. That's
he
one of the
literally
reasons why
answered
I
the phone
love
and
him.
he's like, "You're so annoying." All I did was ask, "What are you up to today?" You're so annoying.
You're so
What?
annoying.
What is this about? Is this about the wind thing? I didn't answer the wind thing because it was late. Why did you message me about the wind thing? Is this about your car? Your car is broken? What's going on?
So you also asked him about the wind turbine thing.
I did. Because
Let's
it
see if
was
we
so weird.
let's see if I can pull this up. I don't have my phone on me. Hold on.
I don't know if it'll work for. I
I
don't know.
should be able to get it. Deanna texted me yesterday saying, like, what is this thing? Can you please take a look at this and see what it is? And I was like, why would I have any expertise in what this is? But apparently you
I
were
feel like you would
crowdsourcing.
know.
Let's see. I might be able to get this done. Hold on.
I believe in you, Dan.
Thank you. Oh no, I won't be able to get this done.
Hmm.
I've messed everything up. I'm a failure. She sent me a video of what is pretty odd considering that it's right in the middle of Grant Park in Atlanta, but it's this huge, like, it's a big pylon with a huge turbine, like a fan on top of it. And she
I
said, is
feel
this
like
a wind turbine?
if I have my computer, I feel like it's not that important that I have to go and do it a whole thing. But yes, it's a big pole, very high into this. Like it's hard to explain exactly how high up it is. Further than any power lines, further than like any house that the eye can see. Like it's all the way up there, like a skyscraper, is a wind turbine in somebody's like backyard. And the backyards in that area are like pretty tiny, smaller than your backyard.
And somebody just is generating their own wind power in their backyard there.
And then when I talked to Baba about it, he was like, "Oh yeah, it's a wind turbine." And like, you're acting so casual about this, like. And he said something's wrong with. he was, he was like, "Something's wrong with it. It's not moving." I was like, "That was not my question."
That was also my first thought. I'm like, why aren't they generating any energy right now if that's a wind turbine?
Yeah, Baba was trying to come up with like solutions for them. Like, I have not spoken to these people.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
We have to knock on their door,
I'm on board with this. I think that that would
right?
be a good idea. Yes, we should go talk to them. We should interview them on camera, be like, hey, what is this thing? Deanna has a really good idea for a little content series for us to do where it's basically, do you want to walk us through it, Deanna?
No, you tell me.
Okay. So basically the idea is what is your side hustle? Like we sort of encounter somebody out in the world, they're kind of interesting. You can tell that they have something else going on. I mean, Deanna and I each have side hustles, I would say. We like, you know, I have a job, she has a job, and yet we do things like this. We do things like the lobby, we go make documentaries. We have our little side hustle. We've got an answer for this. So her idea was, let's go up, let's interview somebody out in the world and say, hey, what is your side hustle? What's the other thing that you do that you really feel passionate about? Am I getting the gist of it? Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's so cute.
Yeah,
I like
that's the
things.
idea, right? Yeah, it sounds good as I said it, Deanna. It just rolls right off the tongue. Like poetry.
Sure. But
Yeah.
then to tie it into the wind turbine, like I just want to talk to this person and understand how, why, who, what, when, where, all the things. Like who came up with this idea? How did you get it's lit I cannot explain how big. Did you see it in person? You haven't seen it in person.
Not in person, no, just from your video. Which then you asked me about 4 times last night if it was a wind turbine or not. You just kept going back to it. We were having a conversation about something else entirely, and I was really trying to drive home a point. And you were like, "You stop ignoring me. Stop making your dinner." I'm like, "I'm in the middle of I'm making bacon right now," and you're like, "Stop."
Bacon is not that hard. What
Well, guess what? I burned it, Deanna. It got
what
scorched because
how?
of all your damn questions and your distractions. I
You
was
didn't
making
even
bacon and
answer me.
because I was in the middle of burning my bacon. I was so frustrated. I almost sent you a picture, but then I was like, I'm not going to give her the satisfaction of knowing that she got in my head in this way. But that my bacon got absolutely scorched in the pan. It was so angry. I
It's
usually
what
usually
it takes 2 seconds to read a message. Like what
it's
you
like
just
I'm working here. I'm working here. I'm trying to make art. I'm trying to make a like a delicious. I had a little
you
fettuccine with
go
some
like this.
pesto.
It's just
No, no, no. These are little bacon pieces. They cook a lot faster. Usually, so bro, which Bro is not Jeff, my biological brother. It's actually my cat is named Bro. He used to be very annoying whenever I would make any kind of food. Like he'd sit at my feet, he'd beg for it, he'd like jump up on the counter and try and get a bite of it. And then finally I was like, I'm going to give you a little bit of bacon when I make it. And after I told him that and I established, like, if you behave yourself, you'll get some bacon. Now, every time I even break the bacon out of the refrigerator, he like immediately goes and sits in the corner by his bowl and he just stares at me. And so, like, he has come to have an expectation that he's going to have a little bit of the bacon that I'm making. And last night he was so upset when I put it in his bowl. Like he was like, "What is this? You completely burned the bacon." And I said, "Well, you can talk to
Oh my
Deanna about that."
gosh. He snubbed it.
Yeah, he snubbed it. Well, he still ate it because he's a greedy little pig, but it's so formerly homeless cat. But all the same, he was very upset, as was I, that all of your nagging, incessant questions about the damn wind turbine had distracted me enough that I burnt my bacon. You ruined my dinner. You
It
ruined my
was
evening.
I
You've
asked you like
ruined my life,
twice,
Deanna.
what is this? I can go back in the receipts, Daniel.
I said to you, I'm making bacon, and you did not. You didn't respect that at all. You don't respect meat.
I don't respect your bacon making method. That
I
was
was
really
in a
hard to say.
pan. The heat was a little high. The heat was a little high.
Yeah, you don't put it that high. Do you bake your bacon ever?
Yes, I do. I like putting it in the air fryer.
Hmm.
I enjoy that. I mean, the air fryer honestly is like I love it as like a thing. Like it's basically replaced my oven at this point. I cook almost everything in the air fryer.
I think I'm gonna get a glass one.
A glass air fryer.
Hmm.
It's made entirely of glass.
The heating part is glass.
Oh, like the tray?
Yeah, like the bottom bit is all glass because it kind of freaks me out. My other air fryer, it started like smoking when I would turn it on, and it was slightly concerning. Like, wait, what am I actually lighting a flame here?
Yeah, I also have this, and I one time like put I put something in the air fryer that had like a plastic sleeve over it, and it was like, oh, you like halfway remove the sleeve, but I got overzealous and I removed the full
Mhm.
sleeve. And then I was like, oh, what's the big deal? I'll just put it in there with the sleeve on top. Not realizing that like the way that the air fryer works is it like has a fan on top of it that like draws and circulates air around. So I put this thing into the air fryer and I hit the button, and within 10 seconds the air fryer starts belting and belching out black smoke. Almost immediately it was like a huge problem. Started smelling at like acrid burning plastic, and I was like, oh, I just had a piece of plastic that got sucked up into the inner workings of the air fryer, completely demolished the thing, ruined it.
I mean, that's also a crazy move. Why would you put?
Because I want to. I know hindsight is 2020, and I didn't think about it. Now I understand. I understand. But I was also like, okay, my air fryer is ruined. I tried for 2 days to fix it, and I was like, this thing is just busted now. It's
Oh, once
completely
it's
done.
messed up, it's messed up
It was
forever.
done. It was done. And I was like, all right, well, I will just see how long that I can live without it, like see how long I can go without an air fryer in my life. I made it 2 days before I ordered just like the
A
exact
new
same air
one?
fryer again. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a huge
The
fan.
same
But
kind?
same kind. Yeah. I have the Instant Pot brand, which
Hmm.
I think like the Food Ninja is probably a little bit better. I think it actually cooks at 400. But I think my dinner tent plan tonight is probably going to be a double baked potato in the air fryer.
I love a double baked potato. We've
Oh,
talked about
don't I
this. We've
know.
talked
We have
about our
talked
love.
about this extensively. It's like it's the first of all, I think it just harkens back to my Irish roots. Like there's something about it that I just get so excited over the fact that I'm going to be able to eat like a full ass potato, like skin and everything, fully salt that thing on the outside, get it nice and crispy, and then just bite into it like that. It's so good. But the creamy butteriness of it and like all the milk and everything. What are you shaking your head about?
I
Do you
don't
not
like
eat the
how you're
skin?
describing it, but also I don't think of you as like super Irish. You're talking about this like you're like a known Irish person.
Yeah, do you not see my skin tone? Look at this, baby.
I don't feel
This
like
is
you're a known Irish person. Do an Irish accent.
yeah.
What?
I can't do an Irish accent.
Did you just say yar?
Yar. Yar. As they say in Erin, you know.
That was all right. Keep going.
No, I'm not going to keep going. I'm not going to keep going. No, you've gotten all the Irish you're going to get out of me. Aside from all the Irish that you typically get when we hang out together.
None. All right. So you get your potato time.
Yeah, I'm going to get my potato time. I'm going to have that in the air fryer. I get super excited. You and I have talked about our deep love of a twice baked potato before. Do you refer to it as twice baked or double baked?
Twice.
I typically do double. This is maybe where this might be
Hmm.
our breaking point.
Interessante.
Yes,
Have you been
yes.
to Ireland?
No, I never have. It doesn't hold any appeal to me.
Why?
I because it just seems like
Because
uh
you're not that Irish.
well I am, but I don't care about I don't actually care about that at all. First of all, as
About
I'm
what?
sure
The
was displayed
country?
both well, as was displayed by our 5 years of friendship and my waving the American flag just now, I am American. I once asked my dad this. I was like, "Hey, I think we have some French blood. I'm pretty sure that French, like Pardieu, is a French name." And he was like, he was, he was like, "I went and I visited with my father's family in Tennessee, and I didn't meet any French people there." And I was like, "What?" It's like I was like, "That's not how that works at all." And he was like, "Let me tell you something." He was like, "We're American," and I was like, that really did stick home for me. He's like, "I don't care about that in the least bit. I think this is one of the benefits of my family has now been here for like 3 or 4 generations. Like, I don't give a shit about any of that. The old country stuff doesn't hold any appeal to me. And Ireland in general just seems like it's like I've heard cool things. Some of the pictures look really pretty. I like some Irish literature and Irish movies and stuff like that. But there's other places in the world that I would want to go see. Are you telling me that Ireland is better than Japan?
It's not taking away from the other place. You can just go to
There's,
all of them.
I have other priorities. I've got other things that I want to go
That's
see.
fair.
And Ireland just seems like a whole bunch of like, it's like a bunch of, it just seems like people are depressed there.
Hmm.
It seems to be like built into their whole thing is to be kind of maudlin.
I feel like they're actually really joyous and silly Billy is their
They're
whole thing.
they're funny, but they're also like they're like I used to go to a sports bar and watch football games every Sunday. It was a sports bar called Sláinte. It was in uh it was in New York, and we used to go in there every Sunday, and we had this bartender Craig who was like this Irish guy. The whole staff was Irish there. And Craig at one point, like we got friendly with him over like 3 or 4 weeks of going into the bar. We'd get drunk there, myself and my ex-wife. And like one day he started like I went to the bathroom and Craig started making like major moves on my ex-wife, who I was married to at the time. And
Craig!
Craig, yeah, Craig was like, "You should be with me, Mary." And
See, I knew
and
you had the Irish
and
sound.
she's like, "Craig, what are you talking about? Like, you pour me Carlsbergs," and he's like, "I love you, Mary." It was just something about that was I was just like, why would I want to go to a country with a whole bunch of Craigs? Like, what is that delusion?
Wow, so that is what put you.
A little bit, yeah. And then there was the head bartender was this guy Dave, who was also Irish. And the next week we went back and like Craig wasn't not there anymore. And we were like, "What happened with Craig?" And he's like, "Oh, I had to fire him." And we were like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because he was a fucking weirdo."
Oh my gosh. Where is Craig now? Let's find him.
I have no idea. He's probably passed out in a ditch somewhere, if I had to guess. But yeah,
Did he
something
read
about
Say
that.
Nothing?
No. You were
He's
telling me about
Ireland.
this actually. You were the one that was telling me about this, right? That it's about the IRA,
Mhm,
and they just made it into a show,
mhm.
and it was really good.
It's so good. The book and the show they're both so good.
I'll add it to the list. I read Angela's Ashes. I really enjoyed that one. That was really good.
I think it does such a good job of, like, providing a perspective where a lot of times, like, it's really hard to do that in a way that doesn't feel I don't know, not, like, performative, but, like, kinda taking you out of the moment where you're like, "Oh, I'm understanding, I'm supposed to be on I'm seeing all the shit that they why these people would have acted in this way." Like, it is just so, like, truly from, I can't remember her name. Truly from her perspective of why they thought what they were doing was, like, the better thing at the time. It's really wild, and I feel like a lot of that applies to, like, current situations today.
Mm. Hmm. Hmm. Do you have ties to your genealogical past? Do you have like desires to go visit the motherland?
I do, but I've wanted to go with my mom, but, um, for her, she's like, "Everybody's dead. I don't wanna go," like, it's a sad idea for her to go back to Scotland. Um, there's a lot that I would like to see myself, but I feel like it would be more special with my mom, so that's why I haven't gone yet, but
Mm,
and
mm.
my grandparents are, like, so Scottish, like, aggressively Scottish.
Can I ask why doesn't your mom have an accent? Was she born there?
My
She's like a
mom
Scottish national, isn't she?
yeah,
Didn't she? Yeah.
she was born in Scotland, but I think she was only, like, a couple months when they moved to Australia because Australia at the time, they had a program where carpenters could get some kind of allowance or something, and my grandpa was a carpenter, so they moved to Australia. My mom had an Australian accent, my grandparents had very Scottish accent, and then when they moved to America, to Ohio, um, she got a job and people were, like, quite relentless in making fun of her
Mm,
accent at that time, so she knew shorthand and would watch the news and do shorthand and, like, read it back in an American accent
hmm.
and lost it within, according to her, like, 6 months.
Can she still whip it out?
I She has this, like, weird thing like, I'm like, "No." I cannot get her to go full Australian mode. I'm like, "Brenna, bring it out."
Also, why didn't she come on to talk about butts today? Where is Brenda?
I didn't wait, if I, like, scoot if I do this thing, whatever that's called, does that take me out of the link?
I don't know. If it does, we
'Cause
can reconnect you.
okay, because Brenda did text me. Mm,
Give it a shot.
okay.
I want her take on this. Oh yeah. Deanna's big gong. Can you still hear me?
I'm here.
Ah, good. But just blacked out.
You
Man,
can't see
really
me?
good. No, no, I can't see you, but I can hear you. It's like you're a ghost that's haunting me. What's new? All right, now you're back.
I might be able to get Brenda.
Let's see if we can. I need her take. We need both of our moms on this. Was really hoping for Baba. You know I always love talking to him.
I know, Baba, he kills it every time, and he would be so good at
He would be so
talking
good
shit
on
about
this. So
me.
yeah, he would be so good on. I feel like he and I would eat you alive, Deanna, and I would be thrilled to do that. I would also say your mom would be very good at it, but
No, Baba would destroy me.
I don't know that I'm at the point where I'm like comfortable talking about like asking your mom about her butt. Do you think she would have a problem with it?
Brenda is down a clown.
And that's why we love her.
And both of my parents love you so much. Okay, can we go off of here and I'll call my mom and then we can go back, or is that like a whole thing to do?
No, that's not a thing. But yeah, I mean, yes, we can. You can hang up from here. I have to
Okay,
pee anyway.
me too.
All
Okay,
right, cool.
P, talk to parents, and back.
All right. Break. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Bye. 12.
5,
Oh, 5. Okay. Bye.
10. I don't know. How much time do you need to pee?
No, I was just surprised at like how specific 12 was,
It
but I
wasn't,
think
it's
it's
not 12. It's not,
okay.
I don't expect you back here in exactly 12 minutes.
Okay, bye.
All right. I will see you shortly. Deanna going off to talk to her mom. Well, let's see if we can get her on the line. If not, I'd love to pull up some clips from our next documentary project and go on haranguing Deanna. I think there's never too much of that as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, hang tight. I'm just gonna put us on our oh. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I suppose I can always just talk. Ain't nothing stopping that. Ah, guys. Really do love this. Just to give you a little bit of background. So basically, Deanna and I produced a documentary called Juggalo Family Values, which we were releasing last year on this channel. You can check it out in the videos. We've got the full documentary under videos, and then it's split up across all of these different shorts that show the wide array of characters that we talk to there, some of the antics they get into. It's fun, it's heartfelt, it's funny. We're really both very, very proud of it. And since then, we've been trying to sort of figure out what it is that we're going to do next. Because of course, we love like working with one another. I don't know if you can tell, but we have a really great chemistry on camera. And so we're like, oh, what's the next thing that we can do? We have a couple of projects that are coming down the pipe. But one of them is a documentary that we're going to review some clips for pretty soon here. I've got some lined up that's really interesting. It's a true crime story about a crime that happened in Florida in a very interesting community down there in the 90s. So we'll take a look at that when that comes up. But otherwise, if you have anything to say, anything of interest, just go ahead and drop it right there in the comments, or you can email us at juggalofamilyvalues@gmail.com. That's juggalofamilyvalues@gmail.com. And I do just want to give a personal message in case they're watching. Hello to Squonky and to Rocky of Can't Buy My Weed fame. Great to have you on the channel if you are watching. As I understand it, Squonky, who is Rocky's daughter, watches this channel nonstop, loves to go through and watch documentary again in order to see all of their favorite people that are at Can't Buy My Weed, which, hey, wouldn't you know it, they just happen to be our favorite people too. There's people like Bloody, Boogie, Chance, Kirk, all sorts of great people that we really have grown to know and love over the course of the last several years. And do just want to give a personal assurance that we are planning on releasing Squonky's interview. I swear to you, it's just we've been kind of busy with a couple of other creative projects that we've had going on in the last couple of months. So we have looked over that footage. It's really great. Can't wait for everybody to see it. She gives a really interesting perspective. So Squonky is Rocky's daughter. It has been going to the gathering for the last like 3 or 4 years. So we've seen her basically grow up over the course of that time, and have really grown to love her a lot. And when we were at the gathering this year and we were sort of chatting about what it is that we wanted to accomplish there, we were like, oh, it'd be really great if we could highlight some of the new folks that are in the camp, some of the younger generation of people that have taken up the mantle and the ethos of Can't Buy My Weed. And she was the very natural fit into that. We were both in agreement. We're like, oh, if we're going to talk to anybody here, we should really be talking to her. So, Squonky, I promise you, we will have your documentary interview footage up shortly. I promise. Just as soon as I can get off my butt and do so. And then, as a little side thing, just gonna let everybody know we do have a stand-up comedy show that's coming up right here in Atlanta on Sunday, March 15th. That's not this Sunday, but the next. It's going to be at Lore, which is on Edgewood. We love the good people at Lore. Yeah, we're going to be putting on our stand-up comedy show, which is called The Lobby. And the idea is that we sell these concessions, such as this hot dog. And each one of these has a dollar amount attached to it. When you hear something that you like out of the comedian, you take that item, you throw it up on stage, or you lob it on stage, and that counts as a tip for that comedian. Come on down. We've been doing a lot of great shows over the last few months. It's been going on. We're rounding the corner into our first year of business, and ourselves and our business partner Sam, who was the one who initially came up with the concept for the show, have really loved where it's gone. We've added a whole bunch of like really interesting aspects to the show that I think have really made it pop and have really made it interesting. People love to perform at it. People love to see it. So come on down and be one of those people that gets to see The Lobby. That's The Lobby right here in Atlanta not next Sunday, but the following Sunday, March 15th. Are you there? Ah, ah. Shall I add you back in? What's the matter? My light, my aura. You saw me on camera and you were so taken aback. That you just started crying, started sobbing hysterically. Is Brenda going to join us? I thought she was a fan of our work. Some fan. Did you give the full explanation? Why do I always feel as though somebody is only getting half the story with you? Did you put the full sell on?
Every aspect of anything we're doing.
Naturally.
Fair. But she's like, what? Why? Who's watching you? What are you doing?
Nobody is
For
watching.
what?
Did you give her that assurance?
I did.
Nobody's
I was
there.
like, nobody, it's not a thing. Like, it's okay. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
see it. It's just like, fuck no.
Brenda.
But
That's so
no,
disappointing. She would be so good.
she would be so good.
She would be so interesting. I would love to talk to her on camera. Can we make this a goal?
Yeah.
Have
It's
you
a
ever
personal
broached it with
goal
her?
now. Like, I feel like I could get her to do it, but it would maybe have to be like an in person situation of me also bullying my mom.
Well, I'm fully on board with that. We just bullied my
Mhm.
mom for like 40 minutes.
Exactly. I was like, you should have heard Phyllis.
Yeah, send her the Phyllis clips and have her see the error of her
I
ways.
think that will help.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. That was a nice little interview with my mom. I thought it was lovely. I
Nice of
genuinely hope that
you.
we can have her back on again at some point.
Did your mom say anything?
No, she probably won't.
Really?
Uh, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that kind of thing lands with her. I hope well. I hope she had herself a good time. But no, she's
Mm.
not said anything otherwise. She and I don't really like text in the middle of the week. I've told you that like if I heard from her, like I call her every Sunday like clockwork has been the case since I left home to go to college. If she calls me at any time during the week, my assumption is immediately like, oh, somebody has died. Something terrible has happened. Like there's been some level of catastrophe. And the answer is always like she calls me and then the first question is like, what's your pants size? And I'm like, okay, that
Aw.
wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be, but okay.
No, that's a mom move.
Yeah, completely, right? They just put you in fear.
That's what I was telling you about the when I texted Bob, I was like, "What are you up to today?" I was like, "This, for some reason, of everything I've ever messaged him, is like the scariest message that he could get." And as soon as I like sent that, and I was about to text him, I was like, I'm about to scare Baba so much." I got the like notification of Baba calling me.
I'm also fully on board with scaring Baba, but I love talking to him every time that I chat with him. So
He's
let's
so
also
funny.
make this a goal. Let's get Baba on camera.
He's so funny. He reminds me. Have you seen that like that series that people? It was like supermarket series or something, and it's a person who's like videoing people who go to this particular bodega.
No. Wait, yes, you sent me this.
Mhm.
Yes.
Every conversation with him puts me in that headspace, and I'm like viewing this from the third person of like, how did we get here? Why are we here? What's going on?
Yes. Complete mental breakdown.
Mhm.
Good. Good.
Lovingly.
Lovingly so. Lovingly so. All right. Well, if there's no more parent talk, then we need to get to the second point of business, which is Deanna, I'm pissed with you. Take a guess.
Butts?
No, no, this is not butt related anymore.
Cars?
The answer is probably yes. Actually, I probably am rather frustrated with the state of your car. I bet it's disgusting. You
Oh
sent a
my god.
picture. You sent a picture of your front something sitting in your front seat the other day, and I was like, "This is causing me to break out in hives." Like
It's just
the
my it was the car in my purse.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but everything surrounding that, I was just like,
There's
"What is
nothing
this?
surrounding it.
What's this loose
Put it
thing of
on here.
juice?
Put it on
What's
here.
the standby?"
There's Mhm. Interesting, Dan. Let's take a look over here at Dan's cubby situation.
You mean all the stuff that we have in order to run our business that I have very neatly contained over here?
No, that whole little thing to the left is Crazy Town.
This?
With the mirror?
The mirror.
The mirror part. To your look to your right.
That direction? This direction.
Your right.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks fine. Where did you send that? It was so frustrating.
I
Here it
think
is.
in TBA.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this absolute monstrosity of a car seat. Look at this.
It's my
There's juice.
purse and the
There's
car.
there's a loose juice not in the cup container. There's a polar seltzer not in the cup holder. You know what is in
Wait,
the
I
cup
can't see.
holder?
Make it
A whole
bigger.
bunch of napkins.
I can't see. Make it bigger.
What the hell is in your side? I mean, like this is really it was just setting me off. You've got two purses in here. Ugh. The state of Deanna's car at any given time is just absolutely atrocious. I
Yeah,
don't
you're not even
understand.
sure. There's nothing bad about
You
it.
spend a lot of time talking about like things that men do that drive you crazy, and I'm going to take a second here, and I'm going to tell you one thing that women do that drives me crazy. It's every woman that I know keeps in the footwell of their car where people's feet and shoes and their muddy shitty shoes are. They keep a full box of Kleenex down at the bottom of their car. Now they make small plastic, self-contained little single-serve things of Kleenex that are very small. That you could tuck them over in the your little your sideboard area. But instead, women love to take a full box of Kleenex and throw it down where everybody's feet is so that it gets muddy and dirty and nasty and is a completely unusable box of Kleenex.
Where
I
is
would
that
bet
happening?
you I
Show
would bet
me.
you
Show me.
money that if we went into your car right now that there would be there. I would bet any amount of cash.
Show me in your photo.
Oh, I know for a fact that it's in there because you're a woman. I know this. I know this. It is something that's like I'm like, what is this? Have they never heard of the of
Call
the little
Phyllis.
the little
Where's Phyllis?
containers? She
Phyllis!
does this too. She does this too. An entire box of Kleenex. First of all, how often are you running? Like, is your nose running? Do you have a constant nonstop cold that requires this full box of Kleenex? The
Show
full
me in
cardboard box.
show me in the video where I have any Kleenex. Show me.
It is in here. Look, it's not Kleenex specifically, but there are napkins that are in your
Napkins,
middle
because napkins
console.
are helpful because I'm a
Napkins in
mom
your
and
middle
napkins are very
console.
necessary to have. I have
There it goes
in
with the
that
mom
photo,
routine again.
I'm sorry, please roll back the tape. I have napkins that are helpful because I have a child and children are dirty. Number two, I have a derby car because I'm an excellent mother who helped make a derby car for my child that we went to see her race. Number three,
As a former scout myself, I would like to say that car came in fourth place out of four every time that it raced.
That is true.
Right? It
But
did it
I did
not? Did
not
it
know
not?
about
It was again making my skin crawl that as a multiple multiple Pinewood Derby winner that I was not consulted on the design and to have to see that absolutely piss poor showing of what happened with that car. She did win a trophy for the one that looked the most like a car. I'm going to say that out loud. I want everyone to know there was a trophy that was placed in Deanna's daughter's hand at the end of the thing. She was very happy to have it. But as far as pure performance and badass speed, it was seriously lacking.
I
Tell
didn't
me
know
I'm
about
wrong. Tell
I
me I'm
didn't know
wrong.
I didn't know about the weighted situation. Next year, we will revise the whole situation. We still did get a trophy, and I'm proud of our work. However, the video evidence that you have shown is napkins, the derby car for my child to go and do that derby race that day. And it's a very cool car. And then my purse. Like, what? There's not an extra. What are you talking about? Extra purse?
At some point, not today, not today. At some point in the not too distant future, we're going to do a show that's entirely based around your car. We're going to do a live broadcast from the car, and I will walk you through all of my notes about how your life is an absolute mess via your car. By virtue of your car, that your life is a
It's
disaster.
not that crazy.
It is disgusting, Deanna. It's disgusting.
Oh my gosh, it's really not.
It's a mess, Deanna. It's an
It is
absolute
not.
it's
Okay,
an
let's go.
an
Let's go look at it.
unadulterated mess. No, no, we don't have time. We have other things to get to. We've got other things to discuss, Deanna, and
Okay, what
let's
do you
get to
have
the
to do?
point why I'm pissed with you because we haven't talked to
Why?
the murderer yet.
What?
We haven't talked to the murderer yet.
I've been trying to.
I know, I know. I was just joking, Deanna. It's a joke, Deanna. It's known
Oh.
as a joke, Deanna.
Hmm.
But to just give some backstory, I was discussing while you were out, but long story short, Deanna and I produced a documentary at the Gathering of the Juggalos over the last 3 or 4 years that just aired. The final ended up hitting this channel, I think, in June of last year, playing to gangbuster numbers. We're super proud of it, aren't we, Deanna?
We are. It's kind of going slow on your.
Am I lagging?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Is it better? Am I
Yeah.
better?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, so we have been discussing whatever our next documentary project is going to be. We really enjoyed taking that on. We really enjoyed telling that story. And wouldn't you know it, there's been a story that I've been really interested in since I was about 20 years old about a crime that took place in Florida in the 90s in a somewhat unusual context and community. And I happened to film a handful of interviews with some key people that were involved in this story. Deanna was actually there for them. It was like, how long had I known you at that point when you came with me to interview the lobster boy?
Not. Not very
Not
long.
very long, right? Before I was like, oh, I'm gonna go interview this circus freak. And wouldn't you know it, I think I know exactly the person to take with me.
I can't even remember how you asked me. I was just like, pretend to be a PA.
Yeah, I had to lie. I had to be like, "Oh, I've got a friend. She's really interested in maybe getting into the film industry. Can we just bring her on as an unpaid PA?" And my boss was kind of hesitant, wanted to keep it a closed set, didn't want any ne'er do wells around. And I was like, "Well, this woman is the clear ne'er do well, but I promise I'll keep
That's
her
my
under
whole
wraps.
thing.
I'll keep her under control. I promise you." So yeah, Deanna came with me, and so we now have in our possession all of the interviews and footage that we need in order to put ourselves together a little Lobster Boy documentary. Deanna, how exciting is that?
It is so exciting. Are you excited?
I am. I'm really excited. As today, as I was going through it, I was like exporting some clips from it. I've been working on it like pretty intensely for the last week or so. And yeah, I am super excited. I love the story itself. I love these interviews that we have. I think the people are really interesting. And yeah, as I was exporting clips today, I was like, oh man, this thing really has the potential to be quite good. And that was, I think, your first time actually seeing any interviews with the murderer in this case, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So why don't we take a look at some video here? Why don't we take a look at some clips? All right. So let's go to this first one is just a little introduction. We're just going to play some clips off of one of these characters today. This is the gentleman that ended up going to prison for 17 years for a murder that he
Wait,
committed in this town.
will you explain kind of like the premise of
Overall,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. So basically, there's a town that's located outside of Tampa, Florida, and it is called Gibsonton, Florida. And its claim to fame is that it is a carny town. It is where carnival workers would go when they weren't out traveling on the road and putting on shows. They would go there in the winter and live for the rest of the year. So it became a very interesting place because not only do you have like ride operators and people that own big animals and circus performers and things like that, but you also have a fair amount of what are classically known as freaks, sideshow performers. And so it's this very unique place where it's the only town in the United States that has a post office with a counter that's specifically built for little people, for midgets, because there were so many of them that lived there at one time that they needed an entire counter that was just operated for little people. So it is a town of sideshow performers and circus freaks, basically, that's in the middle of Florida. And living in this town was this guy who was a performer. He owned a sideshow and he was known as the Lobster Boy. And he has a condition called echolodactyly, where basically instead of having five fingers on each hand and normal feet, he in the womb has this genetic condition that causes his bones to fuse together into these long claws. And so he basically, instead of having five fingers, he's got like a handful of like very large claws that he has on his hands. It's a birth condition, and at the time when the original Lobster Boy was born, he was an outcast in society. He had very few options as to where he would go, so he joined the carnival and he started performing as the Lobster Boy in a sideshow that he would travel all around the country. And basically, the original Lobster Boy was about 50 years, 55 years old in the early 90s, and he had built up a reputation as just being an absolute dick. He was known throughout the town in Gibsonton as being a very hard person to deal with, about being kind of like verbally and physically abusive to those people around him. And it turns out that I think in 1992 is when the crime happened. He was murdered in his home. He lived in a double wide trailer with he and his family, and he was killed in his home. Now, the official story there is that the Lobster Boy's wife had grown tired of his abuse and had been tired of him just sort of like lording over their lives, and had hired a teenage friend that lived in the community in order to assassinate the Lobster Boy, that he had paid him kind of a small sum of money in order to kill the Lobster Boy. When this crime happened, it was very sensational. Like it made a lot of headlines. It generated a lot of news, as you can imagine, because there's all these crazy characters that are involved in it. There's a whole bunch of circus performers that were wrapped up in this murder, and this guy had been quite infamous in his own right and in his own world. And so there was a lot of news that happened about this, and then it just sort of died down, as stories tend to do. But in a very human and real way, the various characters continued to live their lives, and the murderer himself went to jail for 17 years. And by the time he got out of jail, nobody was interested in anymore in his story. But he has a very different story that he tells about what went down and how what led him to the point where he did commit this crime. And so a couple of years ago, a company that I was working for, I'm actually wearing the shirt for them now, Lucid Media, who's based out of Knoxville, Tennessee, they were interested in creating a project around this story. And I started piping up. I was like, oh, I know all about the Lobster Boy for sure. It's like a classic Florida story. And they gave me the opportunity to go interview some of the key players. So we got to interview the murderer, who had never before told his story on camera or to anybody. Like I said, he had gone to jail, and then by the time he got out, nobody was interested in it anymore. So we interviewed him, and then we also interviewed the Lobster Boy's son, who's also known as the Lobster Boy Jr. He has the same genetic condition that leads to him having claws instead of hands. So we went and talked with them, and basically, unfortunately, nothing ever came of that project. So the footage was up for grabs, and now Deanna and I are the proud owners of the Lobster Boy documentary footage. Yeah. How was that, Deanna, as a wrap up?
That was so good. You did a great
Oh,
job.
thank you, Deanna. Thank you. But wouldn't you know it, the guy that committed the murder in this crime, he has been texting me nonstop. He probably texts me like once a week, being like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, bro? What's going on?" And I'm always like, "Hey, Chris, it's good to hear from you. Like, we're still working on the documentary. We're still trying to get it moving." He's very, very interested in getting his story out there, and he's also like just an incredibly interesting person. Like he's filled with like a bunch of southern witticisms, and I find him to be particularly charming. And Yeah, like I'm very excited to start getting his story out there. But he is very interested in coming on this show and talking with us, Deanna.
How do you feel about that?
I'm on board. Let's chat with him.
Is he like nice?
Yeah, he is. I find him
Hmm.
charming. Like, I think he's interesting. Here, let's take a look at some clips. Let's take a look at some clips. We're just going to look at some clips of Chris's now. This is Chris Wyant. He is the murderer in this case. And he, just for the record, there's no ambiguity for him when he talks about it. He's like, I did indeed murder the lobster boy. Like, I killed him, and he has no regrets about the situation. Like, he really doesn't feel like an ounce of regret or remorse about it at all. Um, he does have a much different story as to how he got to the point of murdering the lobster boy. But we're going to talk about that in further episodes and when you actually see the documentary start to come out. But we did pull a couple of clips for just to give you an idea of him, give you an idea of the world. So let's look at this little intro here. I love this. When Deanna was reading through the transcript, she said, "Oh, this would be an excellent first line of this documentary." Let's take a look.
My name is Christopher Wyant. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I moved to Florida with my family when I was like 3, and then I ended up moving to Gibsonton when I was around 12.
How long were you living in Gibsonton for?
All the way up until I was arrested. My name is Christopher.
Is it playing? I can't tell.
It is playing, yes.
I was
Yeah, Deanna, you
concerned.
never have any idea when anything is actually happening on that screen. But yes, it was playing. That was a little intro for him. And it basically ends. I asked him, how long were you living in Gibsonton, Florida, the town where this took place? And he said, "Oh, I was living there all the way up until I got arrested." So he was 17 years old, I believe, when he got arrested for the crime.
Thinking of like being 17, like I was a little myself, and to come from like that background, I don't know. I feel like I just have very so
Wait, you broke up there. Were you have conflicted what?
conflicted thoughts about, I guess, about all of it.
About being
And
in
some
prison?
about like just growing up in a situation like just completely different than how I grew up, and being a child, a young person, and doing stupid shit.
And having to live with the consequences of that?
Yeah,
I think about this a lot, and I make this point across a couple of different things too, where it's like I think about the person that I was when I was 17, and I think about how I had the potential to make a lot of decisions that really could have altered the course of my life at that point. And
exactly.
I think that I made like a lot of the, in hindsight, what I would say were it felt like the right decisions at that time of life. But I'm always like, like if you, now I'm 38, so I'm 21 years beyond that. And I'm like, there's almost nothing that I have to live with now every day that's a decision that I made when I was 17. And I'm very
Yeah.
thankful for that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that if you're in that position where you are having to live every day with something that it is that you did when you were that young, that's a problem. Like, I wouldn't want to have to answer to that kid every day.
Yeah, and so much of that is like things that are outside of like your choice or your like it's very like a cultural aspect, there's financial, like there's just so many things. It's like I understand how you can end up in a shitty I- I'm not trying to murder, but it's just crazy.
Oh, damn, we've got Chance Carter on the line.
Hi.
Wait, what's up,
Is he gonna answer?
Chance? He's in the chat. Oh, he never pops in. What's good, my boy? Is he still on? I can't tell. I hope so. Chance is one of my favorites. He was somebody that we interviewed for the Juggalo documentary. He's a member of Can't Buy My Weed. He had some of my absolute favorite lines in that documentary, hands down,
So good.
unquestionably. Like the second that we ended his interview, like Deanna and I turned to like each other and we're like, well, we have something really amazing in that. Like that better have all come together perfectly, like as far as the recording and audio and everything else. Because if we lost any of that, that's gonna be super duper sad. And for Chance has also turned into like one of my absolute homeboys. I would say that I probably chat with him like once every other week. Like he'll FaceTime me and we talk for an extended amount of time. When we tore down the shed last week, woo, still at work. Shh. All right, Chance, no problem. We'll keep it low key. We don't have to mention it. My boy's out there cutting some eyeglasses for some of the biggest brands in the world. Shout out to Chance Carter living in Indiana. Indiana Juggalo, whoop whoop. Love him so much. Chance, we're just talking through our next documentary project. We've got some more clips that we can pull up here. So let's take a look at Chris describing sort of the atmosphere of what it's like in Gibsonton, Florida, like what you would have seen there if you had visited at the time.
Gibson, Florida is known for the carnies. They live there all year round, but they'd come back for winter quarters. You have the ride workers, you have the performers. Performers would be like the people that do the acrobatic stuff. And then you got the freaks, bearded ladies, tall people, short people, fat people, strong people. If you went there, you'd be shocked by what you saw. Just a lot of freaks.
Just a lot of freaks. That sounds like he's talking to you and I, Deanna. Just a lot of freaks on there. Yeah, so basically, I mean, this is one of the things that really fascinated about this me about this at first, because I am from Florida, and I it is a land of freaks overall, I would say, and I would say so proudly. Like it's a true land of weirdos. It's really where every strange person in the country just sort of ends up down there at some point. I remember I used to watch America's Most Wanted when I was a kid, and they would always. Did you ever watch that show?
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, heck yeah, right? And they would always like do recreations of the crime and these like murderers and people that had, like had really like terrible stories that were really scary when I was like 7 or 8 years old. And the story always ended with this person was
Florida.
last seen in Florida. Yeah, like every single time without fail, the person had escaped to Florida because there was a no man's land where nobody would be able to find you. And so, like, to me, it's not surprising at all that somewhere in the middle of Central Florida is this town where there's a bunch of circus performers and all of these outlandish characters are there. I mean, like, that doesn't, it honestly, it does not boggle the mind. I would say that. Would have been excited to go there at the time. I don't know what the state of it is now. Honestly, I don't know how many of the circus performers still live there. Deanna, you were interested in our actually going there, right?
I would love to. I would love to like do a little what is it called? Gibson? Gibsonton?
Gibsonton. Gibsonton.
Gibsonton. That also seems like a not real name. But I would love to go and see where it is and then talk to anybody who remains in that area. I think it's such a strange little part of American history.
Agreed. Agreed. We can go down there when we take our road trip in order to go find my brother's gun.
Yeah.
Whatever museum it's in Florida, when we actually go down there and try to find it, we'll make a stop off on Gibsonton,
Why
Florida.
is Jeff so scared?
I don't know.
What is he
Isn't that the
running
million dollar
from?
question? I have no idea. I don't know why he won't get on. I don't know why he won't discuss this. I'm going to talk to him about it tonight. I'm going to chastise him while we're playing Wingspan, because I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know why he won't
Mm.
just embrace. He loves us. He adores us. How could you not? Right, Deanna? Aren't we so cute?
The cutest, patootiest little
The
babies ever.
the very cutest, the very cutest. But I don't know why he won't. We're gonna have to answer that when we go down. Maybe we should just drive down tonight to my mom's house, knock on the door, and try
Explaining
to
to
get
your
some
mom that
answers.
Jeff has a secret gun.
And breaking that news to her also. I think actually maybe this is why he's not getting on the phone, is because he's like, why did you tell mom about my gun?
She was
She was like, you could
prince.
see just like she was
I didn't
blown.
know
Like,
that. Interesting.
he has a gun.
Where?
Hmm. Well, on the way down there, we'll hit up Gibsonton, Florida, and we'll see what is still there. I don't know what you would see now, but thankfully we have Chris to tell us what you would have seen then. Let's take a look at this clip now.
If you would have went back then, the first thing you would encounter on your right would have been the Giants camp. He has his boot out front. It's probably about this tall. He's supposed to be 7'6", 7'8", 8 foot. And he married Jeannie, the smallest lady in the world, which she was only like this tall. And she ran the Giants camp, the tallest man in the world. He's 7'8". I'm sure there's taller people.
I'm glad that you also thought that was hilarious. The "I'm sure there's taller people" comment.
It's so
I
good.
I had the exact same thought. I was laughing out loud as I was exporting it from my computer today. I'm like, that is such a funny take on that. Like, yeah, well, I mean, I know that there's somebody taller that's on the planet. Like, I know that there is. There has to be.
But like the smallest person was not a consideration.
No, he seemed sold on that. Like, he seemed like
Yeah, it
that
was like
she might
absolutely the
actually
smallest
be
person,
the
but the
smallest
tallest
person in
person,
the
who
world.
knows?
But yeah, I'm not going to make any promises about the tallest person and the shortest person, tallest person in the world. That would be ludicrous. No, I agree. Yeah, like just the sense of like what that place was like is so fascinating to me. This idea of like you'd be driving through this small town in Florida, and then all of a sudden you're upon this place that's got like lions and tigers and bears, and there's like, go ahead, Deanna.
Oh my.
Yes, I could see it coming across your face. Like you went like you as when I said it, you went like this, like
I was seeing holding back.
it was burning a hole in the center
It
of you. I
was, it
could
was,
tell.
it was painful.
I could tell. I could tell that it was causing you
I'm
consternation to
getting
have
better
told
at
that.
like holding back though.
Why? Why, Deanna? This is the place where you shouldn't be holding back.
Because I have a tendency to derail things into where
Oh,
like
really?
nobody knows how we ended up anywhere close to why we're talking about where we end up. So
You don't say. That's crazy.
I
That's
am
truly insane,
working.
Deanna. This is brand new to me. I wasn't familiar with that at all. Yeah, of course you do that. You have no idea how many times that we're having a meeting for the lobby, and our partner Sam is like, Deanna is explaining something, and then our partner Sam will chime in like, "What are we talking about? Like, what's going on?" And I have to be like, Sam, just let her cook. Like, I promise you, like, this
We'll
will
get
have a
there.
this will have a resolution, like, and it'll tie together, it'll make sense. Like, we are off on a tangent, we're doing the weave, but I promise you that like this will, like, we will be bigger people as a result of having heard this. Like, it will get us there. Deanna, that's one of the reasons why that's why I like having you around, Deanna, is because of that. It's it's a somewhat disarming quality because it's like I think you said like one of the last times that we went on that you're like I think that people assume that I'm an idiot,
Yeah.
right? You think that that's the case. Like I know, and have known almost immediately since I met you. I was like, this chick is weird. She's an odd duck. But I would bet you dollars to donuts that somewhere underneath all of this is an amazing intellect
You
that
just have
will
to
be
really
unlocked.
parse through it all.
Like I know that there's a lot to get through. It's like when we were talking about the other project that we would like to take on, and you had reached out to the folks that are the heads of that location in order to talk to them, and you were like, yeah, I get the sense like they just don't really have any idea what it is that we're looking to do. And I'm like, that's not shocking in the least bit, Deanna. That's like when you're like when I'm like, how did you say to your mom that you wanted her to be on camera? Because I think that I'm getting the sense of like what went down and what the
No,
communication
it was
line
a
was
very
there.
it was so reasonable. I'm gonna get Brenda on here, and she can tell you what I said. I'm getting better at trying to stay on track for things. And for that other project, I think I was a little too excited for the initial email, but then the second one, I feel like, and I did it from a different email address, so nobody knows.
Good, good, good. Well, yeah. All that is to say, I love your communication style. I think it's excellent. I think it does have a very disarming quality to you, but I can see where people are just utterly confused.
Flummoxed.
Flummoxed is a good word for it. I can see where people are easily flummoxed in conversation.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it is like when I'm doing it now, but like I feel like when you are a person who like you have multiple like trains of thought that like run simultaneously from any one conversation, it's really hard to like, for me personally, it's hard for me to like reel it in while not dismissing people as dumb, and also like having your own reference points, and you're also thinking of that person like they have their own reference. Like I know that you're like a film person, so I can make more references to film with you, but now I'm also talking to the room. So when I, for example, the thing that I was like, we were talking about the operating agreement for the lobby, and I was like, I don't know how to explain it, but like I know that the lurby would be problematic, but I don't know how to put that into language in like a law kind of way. And it's like it's just like with porn, you know it when you see it. In my mind, everybody knows that reference to a 1964 SCOTUS comment. Like being I'm not purposefully trying to be um I don't know, like, pretentious,
Mhm.
but I also don't want to like dumb down my thoughts at the same time. And it's a hard, weird line where then I just say stuff, and sometimes it will just be met with crickets, and that's also okay. I'm used to the crickets. I I understand why that can also be confusing and off-putting and weird. That's why I sent you the thing. I was like, is this weird and off-putting?
The answer is always yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
No,
answer
I
is
watched
always
it back
just assume.
after you were like, no, it's fine. I watched it back and I was like, no, this is weird and off-putting.
It's not. What are you
I
talking
think it
about?
is. I think for that audience, I think it is.
It's not in the least bit. I don't. I do.
Okay.
If I was a parent in that group, I don't know. I would be like, why is there a shot of a wind turbine in the middle of this? I think
Exactly.
that's the only thing that kind of throws me off. But otherwise, they go with God and post that video. They send that around to your child's scout troop. I
Hmm.
don't think you'll be banned.
They can't ban me.
I may ban you. I may ban you.
You're not even in the scouts.
I'm talking more generally.
Just as a person, you can ban me
Mhm.
as a person.
Oh, sure, I can.
Huh. I think I
Government.
could ban you.
You definitely could. Somebody oughta. Here, you've derailed the whole damn conversation. We were talking Lobster
Again.
Boy, Deanna. We were talking Lobster Boy. Let's get back to Chris. Chris has got a very interesting story. I think one of the things that I like about this is that you, in our conversation of it with him, you got like a very well-rounded idea of who this guy is and the place that he came from and the person that he was. And I think this clip about his mom and his home situation growing up is very interesting. You had reviewed this one earlier. Is this the one that made you cry?
I think and the second one too. Yeah, after
Yeah,
that.
the second one's really sad too. Here, let's take a look at this now.
My mother, which is Janice, she got pregnant with me first time she had sex. Supposedly ruined her whole life, couldn't finish school. My grandma was gonna kick her out. My real dad left. I don't really know if he just didn't want me or if he didn't want her. Janice was mean. She never wanted me. I was an accident baby. Very, very well known that I fucked up her life. You know, nowadays people get time out. I got knocked out. You know, it was, back then life was rough.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. It is difficult. Do you have a transference in hearing stuff like this where you're like, it's hard to comprehend how like hard of a life that's been?
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to I don't know. There's like some aspect, when you're watching a documentary and you're like, how much of this is like not taking advantage. There's
Exploitives,
yes,
exploitative.
yes. Like I don't ever want to be exploitative of someone else's life or their situation at all. But at the same time, I think it is important to like have that empathy for understanding, like, yeah, like people have gone through some truly horrible situations. And in it's not like everybody who has ever been abused, they become a serial killer. Like that does not have to lead to this other thing, but like, I'm not saying that that happened here. It's just like you can understand, I think, in a better way how horrible somebody's life could be that their brain chemistry just gets so fucked.
Yes. Yeah. I agree with you on the exploitative end of things. In fact, I think we actually ended up having like a little bit of a conversation about this. We have a couple times over the course of like working in the world of the juggalos, but I had one particular clip that I spent a lot I really grappled with what basically we kind of like witnessed the makings of a crime going on. And I felt kind of
Oh, in the Juggalo one.
yes, yes, where it was like we were confronted by two people on the outskirts of the camp at the very end who basically said that they were going to go like commit a crime. And I asked you, I was like, is this exploitative? Like, is this going too far? because I don't know. I think I lose perspective on it, and I'm like, I watch it back again, and I'm like, this does feel this feels iffy to me. Like as to whether or not we're like taking this too far. Is this the moment that somebody really would rather not have on camera? Is it something that like we're taking advantage over the fact that we were here and bystanders and witnesses to this kind of thing for our own personal use? And your stance was like, no, this doesn't feel exploitative at all. This is sort of the world. Go ahead and post it. Now, I will say for the record, that ended up being that is our second most viewed clip on this YouTube channel. Is that piece? It's got like 50,000 views at this point, and it consistently continues to get like week over week more and more people that are watching it. And I will say that I had a place I had a very specific, like, moral place that I came from in viewing the clip and my own feelings about it that I have been very, um I have found that I am in the minority of like people based on the comments that come through on that video. Like my feelings are in the minority there. Like there are
What are your
very, very few
feelings?
people that agree with me. I'd rather not say actually. Because originally when I had like put that together, I had been much more forward about my thinking on the situation and my own stance on what went down. Um and just for anybody that wants to reference it, I won't pull it up right now, but it's the Juggalo Justice clip that is, you can find it in the shorts. It's in the long form documentary as well. If you just go into our shorts and type Juggalo Justice, you will find this. When we had initially put the edit together, I had included some commentary about my own feelings on like, hey, this is how I feel about this situation. And
Was
then
it in
after
writing or were you like
it was in
voicing?
writing. It was in
Okay, yeah.
writing. It was sort of like cards beforehand.
Mhm.
And I think after watching it with you and a couple of other people, I walked that back and I was just had the tone to be a little bit more observational on the situation. Um, there are probably like 300 comments that are on that video on our YouTube
Really?
page. Yes, it's huge. Like it
Oh my
blew
gosh.
it blew up that video. Like it's
I had
huge,
no
actually.
idea. That's
It's
crazy.
huge. It's huge. Like like I said, it's the number one video that we have is like the intro video of like everybody like move in day at the gathering
Mhm.
and like all our different characters talking about how long they've taken to be there and like where they all came from. That's number one. It's got I think about 90,000 views at this point and
Oh
like
my
upwards of like
gosh.
a thousand comments or something like that. Like it's really popular. The second most popular one is the Juggalo Justice one. And I will say, just based on the comments alone, like there's been one or two people out of hundreds of people that have commented on that video that feel the same way that I do about it. And therefore I would rather let my own feelings just sort of they can be separate from all that because clearly that doesn't factor in. But I get you about like feeling as though you're really exploiting a situation for your own benefit. Like at the end of the day, like we're posting this shit on YouTube, like it's just, it doesn't really affect our lives in order to see something like that. But my thinking with interviews like this is that if somebody didn't want you to know something, they would not be saying it. Like they wouldn't mention it. They wouldn't talk about it. Like, and I think a lot of people are like if you look at Chris, like Chris spent the majority of his life, his formative years, like he went into jail when he was 17, to prison when he was 17, and he was there for 17 or 18 years after that. Like there was a time where he had been in prison for as long as he had been alive. And so I think in that situation, you're robbed of a lot of your sense of understanding and like a feeling as though you were not able to fully express yourself, and this sort of gives an avenue for people to do that. Like there are things that people want to say and there are things that are, and like we encountered this as well with some of the juggalos that we talked to as well, you know what I mean? And you had at one point brought up, you're like, you and I, Dan and Deanna, have said almost nothing about our actual personal lives, and yet we ask for people to like give a lot of detail about theirs, or we put them in a situation where they do give a lot of detail, which I am hugely grateful for every time. Like like I feel like it makes me feel good that somebody felt good enough about us to do that. And yeah, I don't know, but I understand what you say about like feeling as though it's feeling as though you're exploiting somebody for your own gain. I get you.
But I mean, even to go back to the like, because we did have that conversation about like, is this exploitative? And you felt very uncomfortable showing it. But for me, I was like, our goal here is to be observers and somewhat removed, even though obviously we're biased and we freaking love the gathering and like I know that you can see that within the documentary, like where but also it's very important to me to not like sugarcoat or try to make it like this is a really cute time. Everybody come on out to the like there are aspects of it that are questionable. Just like any like you go to any festival, you see like um even like Bonnaroo, like what are the people who are like the mafia?
The Nitrous Mafia.
Yeah, like that exists in every kind of aspect of any culture. Like there is going to be a negative side. I wouldn't I would feel terrible if like most of my friends went to the gathering thinking it was
Yeah.
some sort of way and then like, oh, I'm sorry, you got sprayed in the face with the super soaker of piss. Like I really do need you to understand the reality of the situation and I don't want you to like it would feel like false advertising and also just like disingenuous even to like the spirit of all of it. It's like yeah, people are clowning around. People find a lot of these hijinks super fun. A lot of the hijinks I find funny. Like there were so many moments I'm like, this is terrible, but like it's also funny.
Completely. Completely. Um, Chance wanted to chime in and just say that you should implement a Dan ban.
A Dan ban?
Yeah, you should ban me. He also said,
Here,
"Friends for
okay.
life now, you're stuck with me." Of course, Chance. I'd take you any day of the week, my guy.
Well, there's gonna be a whole Dan tent, so we're gonna ban all the Dans to that one tent.
Oh, we all have to live at the same tent? This is news to me. So it's me and Dan
Remember
Jr.
the Dan tent? Because
and
there was
Dan
the
Coover.
other Dan.
Yeah, yeah, there are several Dans. I don't know why you would want to put us on an island unto ourselves, but we would have a great time there. I love Dan, so you know that. But here, doubling back to what you were saying about the exploitative nature, um, I do genuinely feel like when you are talking to somebody about some of this subject matter that's a little bit deeper, people ask me where they're like, what is fun about interviewing somebody?" And I always this next clip is always the one that I reference. This one with Chris. It's about his retina in his eye and what happened to him. And let's watch it. Let's watch it, and then we'll chat about it.
When I was a kid, my retina detached. Everything the doctor tells me that has to happen to break a retina never happened to me at 10 years old. I wasn't bungee cording. I wasn't parachuting. Big dramatic hits to the head. I mean, all the reasons that dislocate a retina, I didn't have any of them. So I've had this ever since.
But that's not a result of like abuse or anything like that. Detached.
I mean, I was beat as a kid. Like I said, I didn't get time out. I got knocked out, but just don't remember anything that could have. Maybe I got beat so bad that night there, I don't remember it. But I don't think so. I think it just broke. Things like that happen. Not a reason for everything.
I really love that clip. And the reason why is because like you can sort of see like he has this very well established like he clearly had something wrong in his eye. And I think it's a little bit hard to see if you're watching it on this live, but when it's on the YouTube channel, you'll see like he has an issue, I think, with his right eye. And he had a very definitive idea in his head about what the origin story of that was, right? That he, like, something had happened and it just broke one day. And you can see, like, I basically asked him, I'm like, you don't think that has anything to do with any level of abuse or anything like that? And he's like, no. And then you can see him like take a beat and his brain start moving and turning and being like, oh, actually, like, it's very possible that that could have happened. Now at the end he sort of doubles back and he's like, no, I think it just happened, it's one of those things. But in that moment you can see that with just a little bit of prodding you can watch somebody's mind get changed real time in front of you. Like, you can see that you, like, a dawning of understanding of somebody of like, oh, maybe this thing that I've been saying my whole life, maybe it's more complicated than that. That is one of my favorite things about interviewing people on camera. And that is what's interesting and why I feel like this is not like I feel like I can understand this thing where it's like, oh, that you may be exploiting this personal trauma in somebody's life, but it's also to be able to sit there and ask someone a question that gives them a moment to reevaluate something that they've taken as a given for their entire life and watch that happen in real time where it's like, oh, maybe their mind is changing about it, is pretty astounding. Like, it's astounding to sit there and watch it happen in real life. It's astounding for me to sit here and watch that clip and to see it go down in his mind. And even like Grady, who's the other person that we interview on this, the Lobster Boy Jr., he had a similar moment later on in the documentary, and we're going to play plenty of clips from this over the next few like weeks and months as we start to roll this thing out. Like, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about the Lobster Boy, but there's something about that, and I think that does. There's some sympathy or empathy level that you're some synapse that you're tickling a little bit and asking somebody to just re-examine for a second, like, do you think this is possible? And then watching them say like, yes, actually that is possible, that that could have happened, is very powerful to me. And so whenever anybody asks me like, what is it that's fun about sitting and interviewing people, this is always the story that I tell, is the story of Chris and his retina and how that ended up getting detached. um yeah, pretty powerful stuff. Deanna, you look sad.
I mean, it's just like such a weird, because everybody probably has that about their own lives. Like you probably you don't even know what you have like taken as truth about your life, and then until that kind of moment that like can completely change your like brain chemistry regarding your own memories. Like that's actually so crazy.
Yes, I know. It's really mind-blowing. Yeah, I think about it in terms of my own life and all the things that are like that are in my mind that are probably the same things that are like assumptions or givens in my mind that could just be totally true. And you're waiting for that one person to ask you that question that makes you rethink of everything. And for what it's worth, Deanna, you've done that to me several times over the course of our friendship.
Especially about your butt.
No, you're dead ass wrong about that. I'm sorry. You're totally off base. You're totally off base. Yeah, there's just I love you to death, but this is where we're gonna have to agree to disagree. But what I'm very excited about is on March 15th at the very special Sunday show that's happening at Lore here in Atlanta, on stage at the lobby. We are having our grand finale where Deanna and I are going to be measuring our butts. Will you agree to it right now, Deanna? We got my mom on the phone. She said it was a good idea. Let's go.
Did she?
Yeah, she said it was a great idea, and she said I was brilliant and I was her favorite
I
child.
don't feel like that was her take.
I'll play the tape back, Deanna. That's what happened.
Yeah, roll it back. Your mom was
Let's
like,
roll
why
it
would she
back.
agree to that?
No, let's roll it back. Deanna, will you commit? I'm asking for a commitment from you.
If it's at the end of the show, I will commit.
It's on. It's happening.
I'm gonna get my special measuring tape.
What?
That one I sent it. The
All right.
special.
Okay. Okay. That needs to be tested ahead of time to make sure that it's on the up and up.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Collusion.
Hmm. No, non-collusion. I'm going to make sure that this is all on the straight and narrow before I just throw it to you to be like, yeah, we'll use Deanna's tape in order to measure our butts.
Deanna's tape.
All right, let's watch this last clip. I love this
Hmm.
clip. I think this talks
What is this
to
one?
this is the $1 one. They're talking about the experience of being at the carnival and hearing about the sideshow. So Chris, like, before he got involved with the Lobster Boy and before he really got involved in this whole narrative, he was working when he was a teenager as a worker, as a ride operator at the carnival. And so he was explaining sort of like he was talking to me about like the appeal of seeing these people that they call themselves freaks. I think we have now more PC terms for that kind of thing, but like what the overall appeal or draw of seeing that kind of thing was, like how it hooks you in, how your imagination gets spinning when you're encountering this kind of thing. And I thought that he really put it very succinctly here and very, very wonderfully. So let's hear this one last clip from Chris now.
You just came off the Gravitron. You're all excited, talking trash, laughing. And before you can get 20 feet, somebody's screaming at you about coming here and see the world's largest snake and a woman with a beard and the largest spider in the world. And if you can prove it fake, I'll give you $1 million. $1 each. $1? Let me go see what the hell they're showing. Then you get in there and you see it. And you're like, oh my God. So when you're walking out of the place, we're talking about it. Man, did you see that fucking spider? Holy, dude, and it was real. Did you see it move? Well, little do we know, but these people's hearing us. What? How much? $1? I gotta go see it. And it's just a steady draw.
What was the most wild of those people that just really threw you like to look at?
That would have been the Lobster Boy. Probably, yeah. Out of them all.
Ugh. Ah! Doesn't that get you so excited to see the rest of the documentary, Deanna? Aren't you sitting on the edge of your seat? Don't you want to know what
Scintillating.
happens? Scintillating, Deanna. Scintillating. Ah, oh my gosh. Love Chris so much. Very excited to have I want to have him on. I would like to have him on the show. How's
When?
Thursday for you?
Thursday?
Yeah.
I think it can happen.
Do you think we could do it and bring him on chat for an hour or so?
At what time? Does it have to
Like,
be at a certain time?
could we say 1 p.m.?
He's out.
Go refer back to your date book, Deanna.
No, I need my planner.
Oh my God, Chance! I hope you're still in the mix here. I hope you're still listening. I just want to say I love you to death. I miss you all the time. I talk about you constantly with people that do not know you. Um, you're definitely don't tell nobody else. But I think you might be my favorite person that we interviewed at the gathering across all of the years that we've gone there. Like truly, I love your stuff and we get constant comments, Chance, saying about how much people love you, and about how great your clips are and how captivating you are on camera. So really, I'm very
Yeah,
thankful
people
to
do
have you
love
in my life.
Chance
People love
so much,
Chance.
as
He's
do we.
he's a fan favorite. He's a fan favorite. Deanna, 1 p.m. on Thursday. Does that work for you? I've not reached out to Chris. I don't know what his availability is like.
That does work. That
Okay.
does work for me.
Okay. Cool. Well, Deanna, we've been on the phone for 2.5 hours now. I feel like we covered a lot of ground. We talked to my mom. We talked about the lobster boy. We talked about our butts. We established our plan I gave you a lot of shit today, Deanna. I said that I was really pissed with you a number of
As
times.
usual.
I don't think that's true, Deanna. I'm usually quite kind in giving to you.
Interesting. I accept that as
Well, here,
your truth.
here.
Mhm.
Let's leave it on a good note. I was reading this book about Mike Nichols. Do you know about Mike Nichols? Do you know who
Yeah.
he is? Yeah, he was the film director.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he made The Graduate, and he also made The
Yeah.
Birdcage and Angels in America, Primary Colors. He's a big film director and a big
Familiar with his work.
yes. And he
What was
also
one of our first conversation was about The Graduate.
was about The Graduate? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that actually. Yeah. Well, this book, he also was a performer and he had a partnership with this lady called Elaine May. Very early on in his career, before he was directing anything, he used to have a comedy duo with her. And they like really lit the world on fire. And during the whole section of that part of this book, it really reminded me of you and it reminded me of us. There were like lots of things in here that
Aw,
reminded me of us.
cute.
Yes. There were lots of parts that it was like where they talked about their dynamic and their chemistry together and why they worked well together. And there was this section in here that
Oh,
reminded me of you.
highlighted.
I highlighted the section. I've got an excerpt from the book. We're going to do a little reading here, Deanna. We're
Okay.
going to do a little reading. And this is about how they used to hang out in each other's apartments in Chicago when they were just coming up. Um, and here we go. But she struck Nichols, trusting their connection the same way he did. They would sit on the floor of her apartment and swoon over the same music, engaging in a kind of quasi carnal intellectual frottage that they would eventually spoof on a famous track from their first album. Or they would talk about the Russian novels that they were both obsessively reading. We were kind of in an ecstasy over literature, he said. A line from the brothers Karamazov really stuck out to them. And I quote, "All my life you will remain a wound in my soul, an eye in yours. And that is how it should be."
Aw,
And that made me think of you,
that makes
Deanna.
me want to cry. That's so sweet.
You're a fucking wound in my soul.
I know I
Yeah,
am. I better
you're
be.
you're an absolute wound in my soul. I'm very thankful to count you among my friends. I personally I hold you as being my best friend. I don't know your feelings on the matter. I don't want to
You're my
know.
best friend too.
All right, good. We have so many great adventures together. I love going throughout the world. I love that I introduce you to people and they're immediately like, "Who the hell was that?" I enjoy that thoroughly. I think you and I have built many great things together. It feels like everything that we touch, I'm always super proud of. I have told you this several times. I'm going to say this on this channel. I have a lot of harebrained schemes, tons of them that don't happen. But with you, when you and I get locked onto something, we actually manage to turn it into a reality. And I am always very excited about whatever that next thing is that we are about to do or about to take on. And I have ultimate faith that, I don't know, that you and I are going to change the world, Deanna. So I want to leave it at that. I want to say thank you for coming on today. And yeah, and I love you very much, Deanna. I'm always excited to have you in my life.
Are you feeling very stressed out that I'm crying as a woman?
It's making me a little uncomfortable. I've told I told Deanna before, if there's one thing that I absolutely have no idea how to deal with at all, it's a woman crying. Like I don't want anything.
You
I want
texted me from the other
nothing.
room like this person is crying right now. Help.
I do it constantly. Like if I'm in a situation where a woman is crying in my company, I immediately text Deanna. I'm like, what do I do? I have no clue. I would
Like,
rather
can you comfort her?
disarm
Talk
I
to
would rather disarm a nuclear bomb with 7 seconds left on the clock than have to deal with a woman crying. So yes, I got to get off this call now. I got to get out of this live. I got to get out of this. If you're gonna
I'm
cry,
gonna
I can't
start
do it.
sending you pictures of me crying every day. I
I
cry
don't want
probably
that.
every day.
I don't want that.
I
I
know you
don't.
don't.
What you cry every day?
At least, yeah.
Over what? See, this is what
About
I'm talking about.
everything.
This is what I'm talking about. It's like, what are we
I'm
crying about?
constantly crying.
This is
Mostly
I
from like mostly from cuteness. Like that was a cute cry.
it was.
Yeah, you're being nice to me in our friendship. That's a cute cry.
All right, good.
But a lot of times it's about animals.
Mm. You cry every day.
Multiple times
My
a
dad,
day, yeah.
that has me really reevaluating everything that I just said. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm constantly
Ugh!
crying out of cuteness.
It sends a shiver up my goddamn spine, Deanna. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
All right, see you, sucker.
Let's do it again soon. Love you, Deanna. I'll see you soon.
Love you, bye.
Bye. Bye, Chance. Love you.